We're about ready for some kickoff action from Fredericktown High School. North County won the toss but deferred, so it will be Fredericktown to receive. Justin Sawyer and Zach Proffer back to return for the Fredericktown Blackcats. North County kicking off left to right as you look on from the press box, or maybe you're watching on J98 Web TV tonight at MyMoInfo.com. Jack Sadler's back with us and manning the camera. So North County kicking off left to right. They're in their white road uniforms with the gold pants and the blue helmets. Fredericktown's got the black home uniforms on, the black helmets and the black pants. It's Sawyer and Proffer back to return. Two pretty good playmakers. Wait for the football back at the 20-yard line.
We are about ready to go, and we'll keep you updated, too, on Cardinal baseball throughout the course of the night, as well as all the other scores from area football games, so there's no reason to turn your dial anywhere else.
That and Luke Turnbull will be giving us updates from the Herculaneum Perryville football game, so we'll have those coming at you tonight. And this opening kickoff is brought to you by American Family Insurance agent Bill Bess in Park Hills, committed to making the big play for their customers. How about a surprise onside to get this thing started? It's still up for grabs. North County may have fallen on it back at the 35-yard line, but no, I think Fredericktown snuck in there and took it away. That thing was up for grabs for a long time.
Yeah, I think coming down with the football was Justin Sawyer, actually. He fell on it right about the 35-yard line.
That was bouncing around back there dangerously. Fredericktown lucky to come away with that. North County had a couple chances to fall on that surprise onside.
Not a bad strategy to start things off, especially the way they ended it up. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Let's get to the Fredericktown starting offense here tonight, which is brought to you by Midwest Convenient Care. Here's the snap to Grimminger. Grimminger's going to give it off near side to Justin Sawyer. Sawyer would call him the water bug because he is shifty, and he gets about a 9-yard carry brought down by Isaiah Smith, just short of the first down marker.
Nice little cutback move at the 34-yard line. The outside lane was bottled up, so he cut it back up the middle and went from a nothing gain to a gain of 9.
2nd down and 1. Jeremy Grimminger, the starting quarterback, a senior this year. James Royer is the tailback in this spread offense for Fredericktown. Receivers are Sawyer, Karokas, Proffer, and Caleb Royer. Along that offensive line, we'll get you those names here in just a bit, but first a 2nd down and 1. Here's the snap. Proffer comes in motion, gets the handoff, looking for the edge right side. He's got the 1st down, still moving, picks up a gain of about 5 yards, taking it around the end on the right side.
He gets that ball, he's at full speed. There is no wasted motion in his attack when he has the ball.
1st down, Fredericktown Blackcats. We're less than 50 seconds into the ball game, and the ball right at midfield, spotted at the 49-yard line. Rest of those offensive linemen for Fredericktown: Austin Smith at left tackle, Brian Fingers at guard, Corey Sarg at center, Dakota Dowd at right guard, and Steven Settle at the right tackle position. Here's the shotgun snap, handoff to Royer. Faked it to the end-around man, and Royer goes up the middle for a gain of about 4 yards, running off right guard.
Tristan Rosa got an arm on him, and it was enough to bring him down, but not until a gain of close to 5 yards.
3 different players for Fredericktown have carried the football on this first series. Let's get you the North County starting defense, starting with that defensive line. Eric Thompson, a defensive end. Drew Forbes, a sophomore, defensive tackle. Brandon Nockey at the other D tackle. Here's the shotgun snap. Grimminger's throwing deep down the left side. Overthrows Proffer. Proffer extending that right arm, but couldn't haul it in. Incomplete pass.
Wyatt Compton had great coverage on the play, and he made a wise move, just throwing it away.
The rest of the defensive line for North County, you got Dylan Parmley at the other D end. He is a junior. Linebackers, a pretty good linebacking core of Garrett Kaufman, Tristan Rosa, and Trevor Mason. Defensive backs, Isaiah Smith, Jacob Whitwell, and John Stabenow, and also Wyatt Compton is out there at safety. Not listed in the starting lineup, but Coach McDowell getting him mixed in there. Here's a direct snap to Jeremy Grimminger, and he's going to start up the middle, then cut it near side. He's going to, fumble the football. Ball comes out. North County falls on it on the sideline, but it may have gone out of bounds first. The official is going to come over here and make a call. It's going to be...
They still really haven't said. I think it's going to stay with Fredericktown.
It should. I think he was out of bounds by the time he recovered. That was Eric Thompson come over there to fall on it, and it will stay to Fredericktown. It's a 1st down run for Grimminger, but that ball just poked right out of there by the North County defense.
And they had 2 guys over there, the Raiders did. They could have fallen on it. They just couldn't go from tackle mode to fall on the ball mode in enough time.
Ends up being 14 yards there for Grimminger rushing the football, and the fumble doesn't cost him. Another shotgun snap. Grimminger, he's going to swing it out to Royer, and Royer couldn't adjust to the football. The ball was in the air before he came out of his route, turns around, it was right there, but he dropped it incomplete.
Well, the quarterback saw Dylan Parmley coming in on him fast, and he had to kind of hurry that toss too.
Once again, those starting lineups previously given to you, brought to you by Midwest Convenient Care. It's a 2nd down and 10. for Fredericktown in North County territory at about the 37-yard line. Proffer comes in motion, and there's the handoff to him. He wants the edge, and he's going to find the edge and get up close to first down yardage. About 3 yards short of the first down. Zach Proffer gets about a 7-yard carry.
Well, he is so fast.
Third down and about 4 coming up here for Fredericktown.
And those carries around the end like that, that'll open up some room in the middle if he keeps gaining 6 and 7 yards a pop.
Jeremy Grimminger, 1,174 yards passing this year, 17 touchdowns. He's also ran the ball for 16 touchdowns. Here's the handoff to Royer. Royer cutting to the right side, then powers right back up the gut. He's going to pick up the first down and then some. A gain of right around 10 yards. He'll get down near the 20-yard line to about the 21.
Several Raiders in on the tackle. On the bottom of the pile, Dylan Parmley.
And it'll be a first down run for Fredericktown, and the Blackcats moving the ball on their first possession. This North County defense, we knew they'd be tested here against Fredericktown, and so far Fredericktown's cutting right through them. Blackcats will run with trips to the left and one receiver out right, and the play action. Here is Grimminger. He's going to run up the middle, breaks a few tackles. He's got first down yard and still scooting inside the 5. A flag comes in. He's brought down right around the 4-yard line of first down, but we'll check the penalty marker.
That was a very late flag, too. It'll be interesting to see what that call could be. And it was right where the tackle was made. Horse collar.
That'll be another, well, half the distance to the goal there from the 4-yard line, so they'll get it at about the 2-yard line on that one.
And no such thing as a good horse collar, but if it keeps the guy from going in the end zone, well.
It'll be first down and goal from about the 2-yard line for Fredericktown here, a 16-yard run for Grimminger. He's got 30 yards on 2 carries. Jeremy Grimminger. Now first down and goal from the 2. Here's the snap. They'll hand it off to the motion man, and this is a spin move. Justin Sawyer then lunges in. Touchdown. Sawyer so hard to bring down. He proves it again. 2 yards in the score.
He did a lot of work to go 2 yards into the end zone. A couple of spins, went to his left, cut it back up the middle, and got the score.
Man, Fredericktown marched right down 66 yards on their opening drive and scored it. A couple of big runs mixed in there by Jeremy Grimminger. Justin Sawyer had 2 carries for 11 yards on the drive, including that touchdown. Now it's Ty Burks on for the extra point to make it 7-0. There's the snap. There's the hold. The kick is on its way. It's a high one towards that right upright. It is good. 7-zip. Fredericktown leads it. 9:38 left to go to first quarter. We are back in 30 seconds on J98 The Boot.
Gebhardt's Auto Repair in Perryville has been in business for over 40 years, and these days it's that kind of experience you want when you need your vehicle repaired. Gebhardt's does repairs on all types of vehicles, foreign and domestic. They're a complete car service center offering advanced computer diagnostics, wheel alignments, brakes, tune-ups, transmission repair, and diesel repair. Anything you need to keep your vehicle running smooth, just give them a call at 573-547-4589. Gebhardt's Auto Repair on Kings Highway across from the Perry Park Center in Perryville.
Well, Fredericktown makes quick work of the North County defense on their first possession in the J98 game of the week. 66 yards and a touchdown, capped off by a 2-yard run by Justin Sawyer, and it's 7-0 Blackcats.
I don't want to say that Fredericktown made it look easy, but the best play defensively for North County that time may have been the incomplete pass.
So now we'll get to see North County's offense on the field, and this is a potent offense for North County as well. This could end up being a shootout, but you know what? Fredericktown's defense has really stood up this season, especially the defensive line and linebacking core for the Fredericktown Blackcats. They got a bunch of short tacklers, and like you said in pregame, Mark, they love to hit.
Yeah, well, they're going to get tested tonight because Coach McDowell has this offense clicking.
Wyatt Compton, 1,223 yards passing, 13 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. He's also ran the ball 83 times for 730 yards and 10 touchdowns, averaging 8 yards per carry. These are some dynamic quarterbacks we're seeing here tonight. Here's the deep kickoff. It'll be fielded back at the 17-yard line and brought back up the middle, and not a whole lot of room to go. Fredericktown swarms on the special teams about the 24-yard line there on that return for North County.
Kind of anxious to see Compton play. I really haven't had a chance to watch him play, but he really has made some strides, some great strides here this year as quarterback.
We talked about the starting quarterback for Wyatt Compton, the junior quarterback, been starting since he's a freshman for North County. Let's give you the rest of the starters. Seth Nichols as the junior tailback, over 1,000 yards rushing and 10 touchdowns this year. Fullback is Eric Thompson, a senior. Wide receivers are Isaiah Smith, Caleb Warden, and John Stabenow. And then along the offensive line, Steph Tiffenauer, Shane Phillips, Dylan Parmley, Caleb Calloway, and Drew Forbes, a sophomore. So North County, they will give you a bunch of different looks on offense. They'll start from the I formation with twins to the left, and it's a handoff to Eric Thompson right up the middle, and he's not going to go anywhere. Actually picks up about, a handful of yards there for about 4 after being initially stuffed. He fought through it and got a positive gain.
That was all second, third, and fourth effort. A couple of Blackcats in on the tackle, including 61, Nathan Allgaier.
They'll give Eric Thompson, the fullback, 3 yards on the first carry for North County. It's a second down, and 7. A pitch now. This will go to Seth Nichols. He'll try the left side and gets through the initial contact and up to about the 35-yard line. 34, they'll call it. Be third down and short coming up, third and about 2. 5 yards on the first run of the night by Nichols. We'll get to the starting defensive line for Fredericktown, led by Cody Montier. He's got 4 sacks on the year. A defensive end, Ryan Morgan at D-tackle with 1 sack. Corey Sorg at the other D-tackle, and Nick Ortell, 3 sacks and 2 fumble recoveries at the other defensive end spot. We'll get to the rest here in a moment. Third down and 2. Seth Nichols runs up the middle. Fredericktown gets to him. He's not getting that first down marker. In fact, he's going to lose about a yard or 2, and it's going to be 4th down coming up for North County. They'll punt.
Boy, there was everybody in on that tackle for the Fredericktown Blackcats. There was not just one guy. There was about 3 or 4 guys in there. That play had no chance.
James Royer, Nathan Allgaier, Jake Karokas, the linebacking core for Fredericktown, Christian Parsley, Zach Proffer, and Justin Sawyer in the secondary. Those are your starting lineups, brought to you by Midwest Convenient Care. So 4th down and 4 coming for North County. Fredericktown to return the punt. They'll have Sawyer back and waiting for it. This is a high spiraling kick. It's going to back Sawyer up to the 20-yard line, about the 19 before he fields it. Cuts up the far sideline, makes a couple miss, and he's going to be brought down right around the 26-yard line. They'll call it the 28-yard line on that return.
It was over a 40-yard punt. I thought Sawyer was playing back pretty far, showing a lot of respect for the North County punter, but the punter actually backed him up a few yards from where he was at.
So Fredericktown, they went 66 yards for the touchdown on their last possession. They'll need to go 72 yards for a touchdown on their second possession of the ball game. They let Justin Sawyer punch it in on that last one. North County goes 3 and out on their opening series. Fredericktown likes to spread you out. That's what they'll do here with twin receivers to the left, twins to the right. One back in the backfield is Royer. Jeremy Grimminger brings his team to the line, looking for their 6th win of the season. Man in motion. They'll fake it to the motion man. Hand it off to Royer. Royer's running to the right side. Brought down right around the line of a scrimmage, maybe a yard or 2.
Boy, football's all about adjustments. If that first play is any indications, North County made some really nice adjustments because that play worked well on the first drive by Fredericktown, and that time the Raiders basically stuffed it.
Royer 3 carries and 15 yards. 2nd down and 9. We've got 7 minutes, 10 seconds left to go in this first quarter here on the Game of the Week on J98 The Boot. Blackcats lead at 7-0. Proffer in motion from the slot to the left. He motions to the right. Shotgun snap. Grimminger rolls out and then fires over the middle. Nearly intercepted. Batted up in the air. Man, couple of North County defenders there to have a chance at that one. Nobody comes up with it.
Yeah, big number 83 for North County. Almost got the interception, but that's where the Fredericktown receiver basically became a defensive guy and knocked it out of his hands.
It was Jacob Whitwell back there knocking that one away. I think it was 23. 3rd down and 9 for the Fredericktown Blackcats. They'll send out one receiver to the right, trips to the left. A couple of receivers in the slot, Proffer and Karokas to the left. Shotgun snap. Fredericktown looking to convert on 3rd and long. They'll fire the quick slant. It goes to Sawyer. He makes the catch. 1st down at the 40-yard line, and the Blackcats move the chains.
That was a great pass by the quarterback, but a better route run by Sawyer that time. He knew where the 1st down marker was, and he got himself a yard past it, and he was open for the catch. Great job of knowing where that 1st down marker was at.
Mark, you and I were here for Sawyer's coming out party last year against Kennett late in the season. He just lit up the scoreboard in that game, and he can move the chains for you, no doubt about it. 1st down and 10 from the 40. Fredericktown has a man in motion, Proffer. Fake a handoff to Proffer. Grimminger runs up the middle, and he is gang tackled by the entire North County defense. Maybe a yard for Grimminger on the run.
Yeah, there's about 600 pounds of Raider on top of him right now, and that cannot feel good.
3 carries, though, 31 yards for Grimminger. He had a very successful first series against this North County defense. 2nd down and 9. 6:20 left to go in the first quarter. Blackcats looking to drive for another touchdown on their second series. Facing a North County defense that's been trying to figure some things out over the past few weeks. They bounced back nicely against Potosi last week. Proffer in motion from left to right. Shotgun snap. Grimminger has some time. Fires deep right side and a little bit overthrown. Looking for Sawyer. A couple of defenders rolled that way in coverage. Nicely played by North County.
Give some credit to the Fredericktown offensive line because North County brought a lot of guys in on the pass rush there, but that pocket stayed true and he was able to get that pass off.
3rd down and 9 for Fredericktown. You know, the Blackcats are a team that maybe relies on the big play a little bit too often. They do get a lot of big plays, but they also find themselves in situations like this, 3rd down and long, and those are tough to convert.
Yeah, we'll see what they do now on 3rd and 9.
Trips to the left, one receiver right, one back in the backfield from the 40. There's the shotgun snap. Grimminger dropping back. He's going to fire deep left side. Underthrown. Wyatt Compton picks it off. He's on the return now. He's going to be brought down inside the 40 to about the 39-yard line. And not a good decision there for Grimminger. 2 defenders back there for North County.
Saw the athleticism of Compton there, though, because he was going yard for yard on a full sprint down the field on that fly pattern, and he was able to stop and leap in the air and make a really nice interception.
For Wyatt Compton, that is his 2nd interception of the season, and North County needed a stop there. 1st down and 10, and they'll start inside their own territory at about the 38-yard line. They'll want to go 62 yards for a score, and the North County offense, which went 3 and out on their last possession, back on the field. North County went to the I formation on that first drive. Now they'll go to the spread. Twins left, twins right, one back in the backfield. Man in motion from left to right. Fakes a handoff to him, gives it off to his back in the backfield, and nowhere to go. Fredericktown's defensive line, we knew they'd be a key to this game, and so far they're winning that battle in the trenches.
Yeah, right now they are controlling things here in this ball game. Cody Mintier able to trip up the running back there before he could get going.
It was Eric Thompson. The back in the backfield, he gets nothing. He's got 2 carries for 3 yards. North County spreads him out again. Twins right, twins left. Thompson remains the back in the backfield. Wyatt Compton, the junior quarterback, takes the shotgun snap. Flag flies, drops back to pass. He's going to air one out deep. Had a man, Whitwell. Whitwell goes up and makes a great catch for the first down inside the 30 to about the 26. But there was some laundry on the field. It's not going to count. Illegal shift against North County.
That's tough because that was a circus catch. That's the kind of catch you see on top 10 plays. It was so good.
Sad for North County there because, Wyatt Compton underthrew Whitwell, but Whitwell went up and out-leaped a defender to make that catch for his quarterback, but you could kind of see that one coming back from the beginning. They threw that flag at the line of scrimmage as soon as the ball was snapped, so you figured it was probably going to be against the Raiders, and it was.
You knew it was either going to be an offsides against Fredericktown or some kind of motion penalty against the Raiders, and that's what it was.
Raiders have committed 2 penalties in this ball game.
And that one cost them.
That one was a big one. 2nd down, 15 now for North County. Caleb Warden will line up wide right. 3 more receivers out left. Thompson remains the back in the backfield. Wyatt Compton takes the shotgun snap. Drops straight back. Steps up in the pocket. Has some time. He's going to tuck it and run. Shakes off one defender. He's up across the 30 and lunges for some extra yards. That's a nice run. He's close to a 1st down. He needed 15. He got about 12 right there.
He may have gotten more than that, judging by where the officials are going to spot this. He may be maybe a yard shy of that 1st down. Let's see.
Man, Wyatt Compton.
But he turned nothing into something there. You're right.
He should have been stopped for about maybe a 3-yard gain. He is 1 yard short of that 1st down marker. A 14-yard run for Wyatt. 3rd down and 1. North County looking for the first down of the ball game. Back to the I they go. They'll hand it off Nichols. Nichols running right, has the first. And he's up across the 50-yard line in Fredericktown territory to about the 49.
He was tripped up by Cody Mintier, but he was able to keep his balance. And that got the 1st down for the Raiders. They're in action now in Fredericktown territory.
Ball at the 49-yard line. We've got an update ready from Luke Turnbow. We'll get you to that once there's a break in this action. He's out there at the Perryville Herculaneum game in Herculaneum. All right, under center comes Compton. Twins to the left, 1 receiver right. Thompson and Nichols, the backs in the backfield in the I. Hands it off Nichols, and this was well blocked, but Fredericktown closes on it quickly. Nichols gets about 3 yards to the 46-yard line.
Nathan Algar with a nice tackle. Saved an even bigger gain.
2nd down, 7 yards to go for the North County Raiders. So they've gotten their first down of the ball game. Now they'll try to build on that. Warden and Stabenow out to the right. 2 more out left. There's the shotgun snap. Compton's going to keep it himself. Runs up the middle and stretches about a yard, maybe 2 yards short of the first down. Gain of about 5 for Wyatt Compton.
Boy, Cody Mintier had Compton in his sights, and he made a little shift, like just basically one step to the left, and that turned a nothing gain into a 7 or 8 yard gain.
So we've got third down or a long 2 or a short 3 here for the North County Raiders. Seth Nichols will be the back in the backfield here for North County. Wyatt Compton will bring his team back to the line. They'll go back to the I formation. Eric Thompson is the fullback. Twins left, one receiver right. The lone receiver to the right is Caleb Warden. Compton under center. Takes the snap. He'll hand it off left side. Nichols, and Nichols is buried by the Fredericktown defense for a loss of a yard on the play. And man, that one was going nowhere. Blackcats had it snuffed out.
That was all Nathan Algier right there. He was waiting for the running back as he came through the hole.
Decision time here for North County on 4th down and 4. They'll keep their offense on the field. The ball's at the 44-yard line of Fredericktown. Still in the eye. Twins right, one receiver left. It's a play fake. It's Compton rolling to his left. He's going to fire deep and overthrows his man. Incomplete pass. Looking for Isaiah Smith. And I'll tell you what, that looked like the right play call. Smith had a seam there, but Compton just a little bit overthrew him.
Yeah, Smith had a step on the defender on the play, number 33, Caleb Royer. But, like you said, the pass just a little bit overthrown. And the downside of going for it on 4th down now strikes its ugly head for North County as Fredericktown takes over with great field position. 2
possessions for North County. One was a 3 and out. The other's a turnover on downs. Fredericktown's offense back on the field. And the ball at the 43. 1st down and 10 Blackcats. Twins right, Twins left. Grimminger from the shotgun. Sends a man in motion from right to left. It's Sawyer. Fakes a handoff to him. And Grimminger is going to keep it running right. And he is so shifty. Gets a nice run across the 50 to the 49 on the other side of the field. That's about a 7 to 8 yard carry for Jeremy Grimminger.
Boy, both these quarterbacks don't have to worry. Neither one of these quarterbacks has to worry about their receivers being covered. Both very capable of just tucking it up and taking it themselves.
Back in North County territory come the Fredericktown Blackcats. Jeremy Grimminger, 4 carries on the night. It's a broadcast tonight that's brought to you by Make It Personal in Farmington, ProCare Automotive and Bonne Terre, and Benning Ford in Fredericktown. That run's coming back, though, Mark. Looks like we had a penalty for a hold out there.
Well, that's going to make a 2nd down or a 1st down and very long.
First penalty against Fredericktown. North County's crowd, which has turned out pretty nicely here tonight. They've got to like that call. It's going to be 1st and forever. Almost 20 yards is what they'll need to cover here. From the shotgun, here's Grimminger. Takes the snap. He's eyeing left and underthrows his man. Actually threw it behind looking for Sawyer. Incomplete pass. Even Sawyer couldn't come up with that one.
If he could have caught Sawyer in stride, that may have played out pretty good because the defender on the play, Jonathan Stabino, had pretty good coverage, but there was nobody in the middle to pick him up. He might have been able to run with that ball.
Grimminger's looked great running the football tonight, but passing so far just 1 of 7 with an interception and an 11-yard completion to Sawyer. 2nd down and 18. Shotgun snap. Grimminger drops straight back and dumps it off to Sawyer on an out route. He's across the 40 to the 41, maybe the 42. Stabino on the tackle.
And there you saw a good idea of what we're talking about with a physical ball game. Stabino threw him to the ground with some authority there. He really plowed him into the ground after he made that tackle.
You need to make sure you got him wrapped up because he will shake out of a tackle. 6-yard completion to Justin Sawyer. 3rd down and long here. 3rd and about 12. From the shotgun, Grimminger with Twins left, Twins right. Grimminger rolls to his right, has some time, fires a dart, nearly intercepted. Almost intercepted again. The initial defender popped it up in the air, then Stabinow came up and almost picked it off, but it falls incomplete.
Yeah, that ball was bouncing around like a pinball for a while before falling down to the ground.
Good thing he put some Brett Favre-type mustard on that one, or else that would have been intercepted.
He did wing it pretty good.
It'll be 4th down. Fredericktown's going to punt it away. North County will have Stabinow back to return. Austin Smith is the Fredericktown punter. He does a good job. Both of these punters do.
Now, if this was the Central Rebels playing, Coach Corey Schweiss would still be going for it.
On 4th and 12 from midfield.
He would do it, yeah.
Well, he's got a defense that you can really trust. Nothing against these 2 defenses, but that Central defense is outstanding. Here comes the punt. Austin Smith will boot a wobbler. Stabinow says, clear it, get away from it, and it's going to take a Fredericktown bounce and roll all the way down to the 21-yard line. Well done, Fredericktown.
Corey Schweiss went for it on 4th and 7 against Maplewood at their own 25-yard line. At Central's 25-yard line, so.
Trying to keep that offense on the field.
It worked.
Well, North County takes over, first down and 10. These two teams feeling each other out right now, and so far Fredericktown with the lead 7-0. We've got 1 minute, 35 seconds left to go in the first quarter. North County Raiders looking to cover 79 yards for their first score here, but having a tough time against this Fredericktown defense, especially running the football with Seth Nichols. He hasn't gotten it going, but it's still very, very early.
Good crowd on hand here. You're absolutely right.
Senior night tonight for Fredericktown. They've got plenty of them. From the shotgun now, or actually, nope, it's going to be Wyatt Compton coming up under center with one back in the backfield. Twins right, one receiver left. They'll go with the I formation, two backs in the backfield, Pitch out Seth Nichols, and Nichols trying to get the edge, and he was sealed off. Going to lose a yard back to the 20-yard line. Fredericktown has been there every single time, and then a flag comes in late, maybe a personal foul.
Well, Fredericktown lucky they didn't get a horse collar call on them because the initial tackler on the play that just missed Nichols reached up and got him by the shoulder pads but couldn't hold on.
Well, we'll check the flag right now. North County so far has been the more penalized team, 2-1. It is a personal foul, and it is on North County. And probably some frustration there that the horse collar wasn't called. He gets up, maybe gets a little chippy, and then gets backed up with a personal foul.
It's usually the second guy that gets caught, not the first.
KTJJ FM, Farmington Festus, Crystal City, Fredericktown, Bonterre Deloge. It's J98 high school football game of the week. Last game of the regular season before playoffs start next week. And Fredericktown with a 7-0 lead. They haven't moved that ball back after that penalty yet. They've still got it spotted at the 20-yard line. And you would think they still need to move this football back. It's first down still. And there they go. Half the distance to the goal here. They'll move it back to the 10.
Bottom of the first, no score. Cards, Giants.
Mark Tody, you going to be the guy that's Johnny on the spot with those updates tonight for us?
I've been referred to Johnny on the spot on a lot of different things.
It's probably your smell. Second down coming up for North County after they move the ball back to the 10. It's going to be 2nd and 25, they'll call it. And from the under center, I formation. There's the snap. Handoff left side. Seth Nichols, and Nichols buried again at the line of scrimmage. Sturgis forward for maybe a yard or two, but Seth Nichols has had no room to run tonight.
You have to be really impressed with this Fredericktown defensive line because it's not just one guy. Although if you had to pick one guy, it'd be Al Geyer right now, but it's not just one guy for the most part. They're swarming to the football.
Be third down and forever coming up for North County. North County Raiders trailing by 7. We're at 48 seconds left to go in the quarter. A whistle blows, some confusion there between that play. But we're ready to go. Here's Wyatt Compton back to the shotgun. Trips left, one receiver right. Shotgun snap to him. He steps up in the pocket, had some time. Now he's going to think about running it. Cuts back against the grain. Now he's running to the left side, the far side of the field. Has one blocker in front of him. Nearly tripped up. He's going to get the first down out of this and more. Still trucking, spinning off a tackle. He's up to the 43-yard line. How did he make that happen, Mark Tody?
That was just one of the great runs. And if you're watching this on web TV, you know what we're talking about. That's one of the great runs you'll see. He must have bounced off 5 different guys in making that run.
Nearly a 30-yard run there by Wyatt Compton, and he ran right, he ran left, bounced off like 4, 5, 6 different tacklers.
He probably covered about 60 yards on a 30-yard run.
And it's at the 44-yard line, still on North County's side of the field. Shotgun snap and a delayed handoff. Nope, Compton's going to keep it himself, running up the middle, then cutting to the left. Another 5 yards out of this, maybe 6. That should be the last play of the first quarter, and it will be. North County's moving the football, but let's get to that update from Luke Turnbow right now on J98.
The Herculaneum Blackcats jump out on front of the Perryville Pirates here at Herculaneum High School. 4-yard run by Dustin Johnson into the end zone. That ties the all-time Herculaneum record for 26 touchdowns. One more touchdown by Johnson, and he gets the record all to himself, and he's just a junior. Extra point was blocked. It is 6-0, Herky over Perryville, and it was set up by Perryville fumbling the ball at their own 7-yard line. So a 7-yard drive by Herculaneum. Dustin Johnson ties the all-time Herculaneum touchdown record with a 4-yard run. 6-0, Hertie over Perryville.
It is a 7-0 lead for the Fredericktown Blackcats here in Fredericktown over North County. The ball is spotted right at midfield after a 6-yard run by Wyatt Compton. They'll change sides of it. Fredericktown comes back out on defense. The last 2 runs by Wyatt Compton have been pretty special, a 30-yarder and a 6-yarder. And they got themselves out of a hole. They were backed up with a 2nd down and 25. Got out of it and got the ball near midfield here.
If you've ever seen the old highlight of Marcus Allen in the Super Bowl against the Redskins where he started left and had to reverse field and go to his right, he ended up scoring on like a 79-yard touchdown run that time. But that's kind of how that play set up for Compton as he started left, and he kind of looked up and saw about 3 Fredericktown defenders and said, this might not be in my best interest. So he cut back to his left and ended up getting 30 yards.
By the way, those updates from Luke Turnbow were brought to you by Perryville Schools, Gebhardt Auto Repair, Offices Unlimited, and Galati's Italian Restaurant in Perryville. So here comes North County back to the line. Mark Tody.
Second quarter underway. It's Fredericktown leading it by a score of 7-0. Compton, the quarterback, takes the snap, drops back a couple steps, now moves up, and he is hit, and he is clobbered in the backfield. That was a vicious hit on Compton.
Jake Karokas came around off his linebacker spot and absolutely blew him up. And, you know, we do the Crown Collision Center collision of the game. That's certainly a candidate right there. But I was telling Dennis last week, I think Jake Karokas has been nominated for that specific award more than any other player this year. He has been all over the football field on defense.
That was a massive hit, and somehow it goes, he gets up from it. Let's see what Compton wants to do on 3rd and 10. Now he's being rushed again. He's got nowhere to go. He's going to be hit. He is going to be dropped again for a loss of 3. And now we're going to have a late flag come in. But, boy, that was the case as much of good coverage as it was a good pass rush because he had some time in the pocket, but there was nobody open.
Cody Montier got to him first, but credit the rest of the Fredericktown defense for coming in there and get him. A flag did come in late. It's a personal foul, a face mask on Fredericktown. That negates all of that. North County is going to get a 1st down out of this.
I think Fredericktown just got a little too excited, you know, like a shark smelling blood in the water. Just went a little crazy.
Well, the blood was definitely spewing out there when they had him stood up in the backfield, but you know, you got to kind of hold those emotions in check and make sure you don't shoot yourselves in the foot. Fredericktown just shot a big nail through their foot right there.
4-yard loss becomes a 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Big play as we are in the second quarter, 11-17 to play, 7-0. Our score, Fredericktown leads it. North County with new life, 4 fresh downs. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Back to pass goes Compton. Fires it out to the right. It's caught there and being pushed out of bounds is Jonathan Stabenow for a nice little gain on 1st down.
Stabenow, one of many weapons here for North County. That's actually Wyatt Compton's first completion. He completed one to Whitwell, but it was called back. And get a nice little gain out of it, and Stabenow's a good route runner.
That'll make it 2nd down and 3. Isaiah Smith lines up as the lone receiver out to the left. I formation. Back to pass. Compton rolls out to his left, fires it downfield, and it is caught there for the 1st down by Isaiah Smith. Just nice conventional football there for the 1st down.
Isaiah Smith just won a jump ball there and picked up about 15 yards on that reception. And Isaiah Smith, he is an athletic specimen for North County. If you can throw the ball up to him, I bet he's going to come down with that 8-9 times out of 10.
1st and 10. For North County. They're deep in Fredericktown territory. They have it at the 23-yard line. Compton lines up under center. Fredericktown shows blitz. The quick handoff and straight up the middle for a gain of about 4 is Nicholas. Or check that. That'll be Eric Thompson, number 20.
Man, Jake Karokas he timed that blitz perfectly, came right across the line and actually took himself out of the play, over pursued in the backfield, but that's the kind of player he is. He's going to try to time that snap and come across, and if he can time that up right to blast somebody in the backfield, look out.
2nd down and 5. Here's the handoff to the left side, getting some room and going into the end zone for the touchdown is Jacob Whitwell, and North County now an extra point away from tying this one up.
Wow, Whitwell, and he just exploded through that hole for the touchdown. I mean, once he got through that initial contact, nobody had a chance. Fredericktown tried to come after him, but it was like a bullet out of a gun on that one all the way to the end zone.
And what a difference one play can make. You go from the quarterback sack negated because of the penalty, and 3 or 4 plays later, North County's in the end zone. And now the extra point attempt. Ball down, kick up, high, long, deep, and good. So with 10:16 to play, we are all tied up at 7 apiece.
We got an update ready from Luke Turnbow, so while we're waiting, why don't we go out to country, Luke?
Pirates tie this football game up against the Herculaneum Blackcats. First play of the second quarter, Cody Crawford, he gets the run and finds the hole, and down to the end zone he goes from 50-yard out. Extra point, it hit the goalpost, so it did not go through, and that's why we have a tie ball game. It was a 76-yard drive set up by a big 8-yard run by Aaron Adler. He just took the Herculaneum defense with him to keep that drive going, but Cody Crawford caps it off with a big 50-yarder. We're 6-6, Herculaneum and Perryville. Second quarter just underway.
Well, they're tied there. We're tied here at 7 apiece. The Cards and Giants tied at 0-0. They're in the second inning now.
A 16-yard touchdown run by Whitwell capped off a 79-yard drive, but remember, North County was backed up after a big penalty inside their own 10-yard line, got out of that, and then a big penalty on Fredericktown near midfield negated a sack, which would have set up fourth down. And then they just go to Whitwell for that big touchdown run, some big runs by Wyatt Compton there. That was a big drive to answer for North County.
Sawyer and Proper back deep for the now they try a little squib kick, and it is not going to work. And somebody's going to fall on the football. I think Fredericktown fell on the football, and they're going to have great position at the 37-yard line. Tried another onside kick. It was squibbed off the side of the foot of the North County kicker, and alertly picking the football up and falling on it is
Chris
a member.
Philly. Yeah, Chris Philly there fell on it because North County, after they had onside kicked that, they stayed away from the football. They were like, oh, well, it didn't go 10 yards. I guess we, just didn't make the play. But you still got to down the football because Philly alertly said, look, if you're not going to come down this sucker, I'm going to pick it up and run it for a touchdown. Luckily for North County, they were able to trip him up and keep him from going to the end zone.
Let's see if that mistake comes back to haunt the Raiders. Man in motion for Fredericktown. Keeping the football is the quarterback, Grimminger. And North County taking a play out of the Fredericktown playbook. They swarmed the line, and they tackle Grimminger for a loss.
Yeah, who didn't make that stop? Everybody in there for North County, including Dylan Parmley. I think he was the first one to get there, but Eric Thompson there as well. And North County doing a good job, like you said, taking that play out of the Fredericktown playbook and getting in the backfield.
Under 10 minutes to go in the second quarter, all tied up at 7. Grimminger lines up in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the left. They'll hand the football off to Justin Sawyer. He'll try the left side. He's got room to run. He's got the first down and more inside the 30, inside the 25-yard line, down to the 23.
Justin Sawyer, he's making his hay today rushing the football. That was around 15 yards on that carry. Already has a rushing touchdown, and he's just so quick, and North County's defense having trouble locating him out here on the field.
Well, once he got around the corner, he just followed his blocks. And the football down at the 23-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Cats. Back they come. Back to pass, Grimminger. Wants to fire deep, has a man open down by the 10-yard line. Caught for another first down.
Sawyer again, man, 13 yards on that reception. Such a great route runner, and he's a good possession receiver. He goes up and catches that ball right where he needs to, then tucks it away immediately. He's quite the player.
And Grimminger did a real nice job of putting that ball where only he could get to it. So 1st and 10, just outside the 10-yard line for Fredericktown. Blackcats threatening. Here's the handoff. With the football is big old 42, James Royer, and he kind of muscles his way down close to the 5.
Yeah, about a 3-yard carry on that, or maybe 4 yards on that one. But, you look at so many different people touching the football on offense for Fredericktown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different players so far, and that's not including Jake Karokas, who is going to get involved at some point or another.
Quickly back to the line of scrimmage comes Fredericktown. They hand the football off to Sawyer. He'll try the left side, now cuts it back up the middle. Does he get into the end zone for the touchdown? Yes, he does.
Man, Justin Sawyer, he took that on the end around, running to the left side, went about 3 yards back, made the defense over-pursue, put the foot in the ground, then cut it upfield and shot out like a rocket. Touchdown run of 6 yards for Sawyer. That's his second of the night.
Everybody talks about Proper being the speed back, but Sawyer's no slouch there either. So Fredericktown responds. They come right back for a touchdown. And now they'll try the extra point. High snap. We had some movement along the line, and everybody from North County is pointing to the same guy from Fredericktown, so that gives you a little idea who that might be against.
Back him up on this extra point, and in high school football, these extra points are by no means automatic, and North County is actually going to be called for encroachment on that, so they were pointing to try to shed the blame off of them. It's actually on the Raiders.
Well, now that moves the football down even closer. You wonder if Coach Henson might want to rethink this and go for two here. Let's see what. Nope, they're going to stay with the conventional extra point.
But your holder is Jeremy Grimminger, so you never know.
You never know. I'll just move it in a yard or two. Ty Burks puts it through. So 14-7 with 8:49 to go. We've got another update from Luke Turnbow. Let's see what's going on in the Herky game.
Johnson of the Herculaneum Blackcats now has the all-time touchdown record for the Herculaneum Blackcats all to himself. 27 touchdowns, and he's just a junior with another season to play. It was a 28-yard run by Dustin on this 60-yard drive. He also had another 28-yard run in that drive, so it was pretty much the Dustin Johnson show. Extra point good, so it's a 7-point ball game. The Blackcats lead the Perryville Pirates 13-6. We have 9:51 to go in the second quarter.
Well, here we have 8:49 to go, and Fredericktown has come back to take a 14-7 lead over the North County Raiders. Coming up at halftime, we'll get you caught up with all the scores from around the area. Bottom of the second, no score. Cards Giants. If you're interested in that, trying to go to the World Series kind of thing.
Well, Justin Sawyer did not have a rushing touchdown coming into the season. He's got 2 tonight, so that's one more thing he can add to his mantle.
And Fredericktown will kick it off. Short kick, going to be taken by Stabino at the 25-yard line. Bounces to the 30, to the 35, to the 40. Nice little return on a short kick. And North County was a pretty good field position.
It's one of those plays where Fredericktown kicked it off so high in the air, but short. North County was able to come up underneath of it and then kind of catch Fredericktown on their heels as they're running downfield. Stabenow was able to catch it on the run and get upfield for a nice little return to about the 41-yard line.
1st and 10 with 8:44 to go here in the second quarter. Been a pretty good football game so far. Let's see how the Raiders respond here. Caleb Warden, Stabino. The receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. 1 man in the backfield with the quarterback, Wyatt Compton. Compton's going to keep it himself. Wanted to go outside, cut it back right up the middle, and get a nice gain up over the 45-yard line.
Well, yeah, you saw him start outside there and cut inside, and the reason he cut inside was his fullback, Eric Thompson, just unloaded on a defender with a nice lead block, and he said, okay, you cleared the path, I'll go this way, and probably got him an extra 3 yards on that.
That'll make it 2nd down and short. Call it 2nd and 3, basically. Compton lines up in the shotgun now. Back to pass. He wants to go deep. Has a man wide open over the middle. Caught down at the 25-yard line for a 1st down. Isaiah Smith. He caught somewhere in a zone. I don't know. He got a nice little pocket and a nice catch.
Well, you got Smith lined up against Sawyer there. Now, Sawyer's a good defender, but size-wise, that is a mismatch, and North County's going to try to exploit that all game long. Isaiah Smith made a nice catch.
Football down at the 25-yard line, 1st and 10. Compton's going to try and pass again, steps up into the pocket. Now moves to the right side, hash mark, and turns a sack into a gain maybe of a yard or 2. But, boy, that pocket collapsed on him, and Compton showed his athleticism by stepping up and getting a little something out of nothing.
Isaiah Smith has 2 catches in this game for about 45 yards, and both he's been on one-on-one coverage. And like I said, Wyatt Compton and the North County offense are going to take advantage of that, getting that athletic guy in one-on-one situations.
Football now down close to the 20-yard line. Little confusion in the backfield of the Raiders between the quarterback Compton and the running back Thompson as to who was actually going to get that ball. And by the time they figured it out, Fredericktown was there defensively for the nice tackle.
Compton loses About 4 to 5 yards on that one, and it was Brian Fingers who came out and wreaked havoc on that one. And I think Thompson thought he was getting the ball. Compton put it in there and then pulled it back out last second, and he was the one who ended up being brought down. But good play by Brian Fingers, defensive lineman.
Clock moves under 7 minutes to play on this play. 14-7 Fredericktown, but North County threatening. They have the football at the 24-yard line. Compton steps to the right, has a man wide open, and stretching down for the first down is Caleb Warden. Boy, I tell you what, he put that one right on the money, and the North County receivers on this drive, Glenn, are finding a way to get open.
Yeah, they're getting open by running nice routes. That was a crisp little out route, a deep out there by Caleb Warden. Made the catch and then lunged for some extra yards. Fredericktown cornerbacks, defensive backs, going to have to get a little bit tighter out here.
Football at the 2-yard line. First and goal for the Raiders. Let's see if Compton calls his own number. He rolls out to pass. Now he's going to tuck it in. He'll take it over the right side and into the end zone for the touchdown. Wyatt Compton scores from a couple of yards out, and with 6:28 to play, North County can tie it up with the extra point.
Well, I don't know if it's a barn burner yet, but they're starting to set it on fire, aren't they? 14-13 right now, an extra point away from tying it up, and they're just answering each other right back right now. So getting a lot of fun out here in Fredericktown.
And I think both coaches had a feeling that this was going to happen going into it.
Whitwell's the kicker, too, for North County.
That one went off to the right. Did he manage to get it through? Yes, he did. He snuck it through the right goalpost there. And with 6:28 to go, we're tied at 14. We'll take a 30-second break. This is high school football on J98.
If an unfortunate accident happens, don't settle for just anyone to put your vehicle back into shape. Trust the professionals at Kernan Auto Body in Bonne Terre. Not only does Kernan Auto Body offer years of experience and accepts only perfection when it comes to their work, but customer service and convenience are also top priorities for their customers. Kernan Auto Body now offers windshield repair for chips and cracks, and as always, Kernan Auto Body in Bonne Terre accepts MasterCard and Visa. Call them today, 573-358-7300.
14-14, our score here between Fredericktown and North County. We are in the second quarter, 6:28 to play, and so far this game has been everything we'd hoped it would be.
So far, 14-14. Fredericktown scored on their opening possession. Then it went defensive battle there for a couple series. Then now the offenses have come alive again, and the Raiders, especially on offense, their last two series have looked very good.
Kicking the football off will be Jacob Whitwell for the Raiders. Back to receive Sawyer and Proffer. Ball lined up at the 40-yard line. Last two kicks for North County have been onside kicks. Looks like this time, no, he's going to do a little squib kick too, and it's fallen on by one of the North County up men right around the 40-yard line. I think they're really respecting the speed of those Fredericktown return men there.
I think it was Ty Burks there on that
it was
recovery there for Fredericktown to come down with it. Just to go back to that last touchdown for Wyatt Compton. He's now got 11 rushing touchdowns on the year to go along with his 13 passing touchdowns this year.
The football at the 41-yard line for Fredericktown. Back on offense is Jeremy Grimminger. Takes the ball, hands it off to a man coming around from the far sideline, and not much there as he is hit and blocked. The man is Proffer, and a tackle made by Rosa.
Well, that play run to Proffer doesn't usually go backwards a whole lot. They'll run that about 2 to 4 times a game and try to catch a defense off guard, but that time he lost a yard on it. North County was ready for the end around.
Move the football back 1 yard, bring up 2nd and 11. Grimminger sends Proffer back in motion. This time he'll call his own number. He's got room to run. He's up over midfield. Breaks a tackle. Down inside the 40 to the 35. Still on his feet. Down to the 25-yard line. Boy, a shifty run that time by Grimminger. Made a couple of people miss. And Fredericktown's back in business.
About 33 yards there for Grimminger, and he about broke John Stabenow's ankles down in the open field. Stabenow coming from his defensive back position trying to make a tackle, and, man, he put on a juke and got about 6 or 7 extra yards and really made Stabenow look a little bit uncomfortable trying to tackle Jeremy Grimminger there.
Football actually at the 26, 1st and 10. For Fredericktown, back snap. Grimminger picks it up, fires over the middle, has a man. Almost a super catch that time by the receiver on the play. Was that Royer? Or Karokas.
I think it was Karokas. Yeah, Karokas there. He almost made one spectacular catch, tipping it to himself, and he got the tip up there but couldn't quite reel it in, and that was Grimminger throwing that ball under pressure in the face of a defender. So pretty good play all around, just couldn't quite complete it.
Second down and 10. Man in motion. This time Grimminger calls his own number 2, and he breaks it into the open. He's going to go in untouched into the end zone from 26 yards out. And Fredericktown retakes the lead, 20-14. What a ball game so far.
That was all on the offensive line right there. We could have driven our station van through it, backed up, turned around, and then reversed right back through the hole. It was so big, and Jeremy Grimminger, all he had to do was scoot on into the end zone. His offensive line really paid off on that play.
Well, we talked about this earlier on, too, Glenn. We said those runs around in left and right eventually will open up that hole in the middle.
Tell you what, next time I'll let you do play-by-play. You can wait till the fourth quarter. The second quarter is a lot of fun here.
Extra point attempt up and almost blocked by North County, but it gets through, and it's good. And the Raiders now find themselves trailing 21-14. Fredericktown scores again. We'll take a 30-second break. This is high school football on J98.
Are you one of these kinds of dads? When the kids came along, did you promise yourself, I never want to look back and wish I'd spent less time at the office? Then you should get to know Shelter Insurance. We help people who plan their lives around their families by offering life insurance that protects soccer daughters, shortstops, violinists, good students, wives, and so much more. To find out more, visit our website, shelterinsurance.com. Seek shelter today.
For all your insurance needs, see Jim Ropke, your Shelter Insurance agent in St. Genevieve.
Well, if you're Coach Jeremy McDowell of the North County Raiders, you got to be a little frustrated right now because every time you go down and score, Fredericktown has an answer.
Yeah, every single time, and same goes for Fredericktown, though. So far, North County's had the answer. This could be a game that gets up into the 40s or 50s, but no doubt about it, the defenses are having a little bit of trouble stopping these powerful offenses tonight.
Here's the kickoff. Another short one going to have to be taken by one of the up men. And getting up over the 40 to the 50, almost to the 50-yard line is number 24, Tyler Curtis. Boy, talk about the advantages of being able to, like you said, with the short kicks, to be able to run up and take it on the fly. That got him an extra 15 yards.
And what I'm seeing, especially on the North County side, just no fear. I mean, they're going up and fielding those balls in a crowd and just shooting right up the hole for about 10, 15 extra yards from where it would have been. So, Curtis on that play, Stabenow on the last one. Good job getting your team better field position.
And a lot of that confidence you're talking about has to come from the fact that North County is playing so much better football now. They're starting, as Coach McDowell said in your pregame, they're starting to believe in each other and believe in the system.
5 wins this year. They've played some good football.
Football at the 47-yard line. Compton wants to pass. Fires it out to the right side. It's caught there for a gain of 4 by Stabenow.
Stabenow had to go up and get that one. He retrieved it, left himself open for a big hit, and he sure took a big hit, but a nice catch by Jonathan Stabenow.
Football on the other side of the 50-yard line now at the 49 of Fredericktown.
Compton, by the way, has completed his last 5 passes. He's looking good after missing on his first attempt. He's 5 of 6 passing the football tonight.
Both quarterbacks got off to a slow start. Second down play. Here's the handoff to the near sideline and room to run for Whitwell. He makes a man miss and gets down to the 35-yard line. Enough for the first down.
Yeah, about 19 yards onto that run by Whitwell. He's had a 16-yard touchdown. That one goes for about 19, 20 yards. And Jacob Whitwell is a nice compliment in the backfield to Eric Thompson and Seth Nichols. And then, oh, by the way, Wyatt Compton can run it too.
North County with a 1st and 10. Football about the 25-yard line. Wants to pass, fires it through the hands of the intended receiver, Caleb Warden.
Now that breaks the string of 5 straight completions, but Christian Parsley had that play locked down. Compton actually made the right decision there to throw it behind Warden because Parsley had the position in front of him, but Warden couldn't quite adjust to the football to haul that one in.
That stops the clock with 4:40 to play. Gives us the opportunity to tell you the Cards and Giants are still scoreless in the 3rd inning. Compton in the shotgun, rolls to the right, still with the football, now fires it over toward the sideline, has a man complete, Caleb Warden, for the first down, close to the 20-yard line.
And Wyatt Compton's really starting to get things going passing the football, isn't he, Mark?
He really looks good. That decision to start him as a freshman is really paying dividends right now. And he'll be back for yet another year. Wow. I can't wait for that. All right, first down and 10. He's going to keep it himself and tries the right side, gets to the 20, does Wyatt Compton. Oh, he's hitting down there.
And going back to your point about starting him as a freshman, you know when you do that you're probably going to take your lumps his first couple years, and North County certainly has. But now you see what the team and what he's been able to do blossoming into his junior year. He's only going to get better heading into next year, so it is really paying off right now.
2nd and 7. Compton looks left, fires it deep down the side, incomplete, intended for the receiver over there, Eric Thompson, it looked like. And that was just one of those little fade routes, but the coverage was really good by Fredericktown there.
Caleb Royer on the coverage, and he had him trailed on that one. Compton threw a nice, pretty spiral up in the air, hoping his receiver could come back to the ball. He tried, but couldn't quite come up with it. That was because of the good coverage by Caleb Royer.
Under 4 minutes to play. 21-14 our score. Fredericktown with the lead over North County on this final game before the playoffs start. Let's see what Compton wants to do on his third down play. Drops straight back, fires it over the middle, has a man, caught.
Stabenow, nice grab.
Jonathan Stabenow with the reception. Let's see if it's enough for the first down. They move the chains. Looks like it is. It's going to be first down. Football just outside the 10-yard line.
Got him about 11 yards on that catch. Stabenow, Caleb Warden, and Isaiah Smith, the top 3 targets for North County, have all stepped up and made big catches tonight. On this drive, it seems to be Warden and Stabenow getting most of the work.
And once again, neither team backing down. This is like one of those big boxing matches where the guys just stand in the middle and trade blows. That's what's happening here.
Cape Central leading Festus 7-2 over on AM 1400 KGF. Farmington over Afton 20-7. Central leads Bowling Green 26-0. It is St. John and Caruthersville tied 14 apiece.
Compton takes the snap, fires it right side. Ooh, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Isaiah Smith. Pretty good coverage by Fredericktown.
Yeah, they did that quick slant. It wasn't the crispest of routes there for North County, but Fredericktown had that one pretty much snuffed out with the coverage in the secondary.
That'll make it 2nd down and 10. Football at the 12. The Raiders come out with 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right, 1 man in the backfield with the quarterback Compton. Takes the snap. He's going to call his own number, tries the right side, goes off tackle. Still on his feet, and he disappears into a pile.
He sure did.
I'm not sure where they're going to mark this. They're going to give him a gain of about 2 or 3 after all that, just inside the 10-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd down.
And he sure ran into that pile as hard as he could, but even with all his strength and power and keeping those legs moving, he couldn't push for much extra yardage.
Football right at the 10 for Compton. Back to pass. Looks left, fires into the end zone, incomplete. Dead on coverage that time by the Blackcats.
And Caleb Royer there to help knock that one away, and he was looking for Jacob Whitwell in the corner of the end zone, and Whitwell he had it for a split second, but Royer in there to just slap that football down to the turf.
4th down, the ball at the 10. I would say it's decision time, but that decision was made a long time ago. They're going to go for it.
No field goal attempts on the year for North County. They're going to go for it on 4th down every time in this situation.
Wyatt Compton bends under center for this 4th down play. Fakes the pitch back, rolls out to the left, fires into the end zone. Was it caught in the end zone? Yes, touchdown, North County. What a beautiful catch over on the far sideline by Isaiah Smith.
Wow.
Yeah, no doubt. The big question was, did he get both feet down as he came down in the end zone? The official right there says he did, and back come the Raiders.
Well, I think he did get both feet down, but he only needed one, in the high school football world. And, man, he made sure, got them both down and held on to the football all the way to the turf. That was one heck of a catch.
And we're an extra point away from tying it up. It's up in the air and good. 21-21. Now we can officially call it a barn burner. All tied up, 2:54 to play in the first half still. This is high school football on J98.
Hey, sports fans, this is Bill Best, your American Family Insurance agent. Everyone enjoys watching their favorite team make the big plays. We here at Bill Best Insurance are committed to making the plays for our customers. American Family Insurance has built its reputation on quality service and a broad range of products such as homeowners, auto, business, health, and life insurance. That's why we ensure an enduring commitment to personal service. Join the winning team at Bill Best Insurance, your American Family Insurance agent.
See Bill Bass, your American Family Insurance agent in Park Hills.
Back at Fredericktown High School, all tied up at 21 apiece. Glenn, what did we say during the Big River Broadband show this week? Seems like every week we have a candidate for Game of the Year, and could we be doing that here?
Here comes another one. Man, 42 points combined. We're still not even to halftime. 2:54 left to go. Each team probably going to get one more possession, I would guess, before halftime, and you could see two more scores come from each side. I mean, it's been basically, here it is, try to stop it, and nobody's stopping it.
Man, oh man, oh man. 21-21, 2:54 to play. And North County will kick it off.
And both sides keep getting short fields, which has contributed to the problem with the lack of a kickoff game so far for either team.
Let's see if the Raiders go deep. A little deeper this time, but it's still going to be a squib kick, and Blackcats going to let it roll out of bounds on the far sideline around the 28-yard line, so they'll have it 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. That's probably the worst field position they've had to start a drive.
Yeah, it's actually better off to kick it out of bounds, it seems like, but that'll be the 5th penalty on North County for the procedure penalty right there. Hillsboro leads St. Charles 15-7. It's Lutheran South over Windsor 14-7. Grandview over Crystal City 26-0. Jefferson leads St. Vincent 14-0. Valley over St. Pius 21-7. Those are the latest scores we have coming in.
1st and 10 for the Cats. All tied up at 21.
Under 3 to play.
It's a little chilly night, but I'll tell you what, they've got the heat working just fine in this press box.
Yeah, I feel bad for the fans out there enduring the cold, but I'm getting a little bit toasty up here.
Grimminger wants to pass, stops, fires, downfield, has a man, caught and dropped right around the 45-yard line is 24, Justin Sawyer. Nice hit by Stabenow.
Just enough to move the chains on that one for Justin Sawyer, and he displays his great hands again. There ain't a whole lot of balls that come his way that he doesn't catch.
Right at the 45-yard line. 2:45 to play. Sawyer now goes in motion. They fake the handoff. Grimminger keeps it, and that play has worked really well just about every time for Fredericktown. A gain of about 6 on the play.
Yeah, just fake it to your motion, man, and that gets North County off balance just enough. Doesn't take a whole lot, but if you can get them one step to their right and run it back to their left and get them to over-pursue one way, that's going to get you a big gain every time.
Grimminger with Royer in the backfield. Back to pass, has protection, and overthrows his receiver on the play, Jake Karokas. Karokas was running a fly down the left side. Had a step on the defender on the play, but that pass was way overthrown.
Had a few steps. He got by the safety, Wyatt Compton, last line of defense, and Compton was just saying, please overthrow this ball or something, and that's exactly what happened. Grimminger got a little bit too excited.
I'll tell you what, you saw just how strong Grimminger's arm was because he threw that thing on a rope. 3rd down now, 3rd, and call it 4. North County showing blitz. Fredericktown picks it up. Now Grimminger's going to have to run out of the pocket. Not going to make it. He is going to be dropped in the backfield by Seth Tiffenauer. He just kind of swallowed him there, wrapped his big arms around him and said, "Not today, big boy."
Man, Seth Tiffenauer, he wasn't in the starting lineup on defense tonight, but he sure made a case for being in the starting lineup for next week. He came around and gave Grimminger no chance, and Fredericktown's finally going to have to punt the football.
Well, both teams will get a chance to get the ball back. North County will have about, a little over a minute once it all goes to do something with it offensively. Nice high punt and a fair catch called for by Jonathan Stabenow inside his own 30-yard line. And with about 29 to play, North County, that's plenty of time the way this ball game has developed. Plenty of time to work it down the field.
For Seth Diffenauer, that was his second sack on the season. And now you're right, North County Raiders ball at the 25-yard line, 75 yards to cover, a minute 29 left. And I think they've got all 3 timeouts left.
As you math majors would say, plenty of time to matriculate the ball down the field.
I do use that word a lot, but I'm far from a math major. You know that from your experience with me last year, Mark.
1st and 10 for Wyatt Compton and the Raiders. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Now going in motion from right to left is Stabenow. 2 men in the backfield. Back to pass, Compton. Looks to his left, fires it out complete to Stabenow. Gets up over the 40, out of bounds, and that's a nice little play on 1st down.
Play action pass got Stabenow wide open. The defender that was supposed to be covering him bid on the play fake. 15-yard pass and catch from Compton to Stabenow. And, passing the football, North County's looked a little bit better than Fredericktown. But running the football, no doubt, Fredericktown has rushed the ball more effectively than the North County Raiders.
They're going to mark that football right at the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Compton, straight back to pass. Steps up in the pocket, fires it deep down the right side. A jump ball as the pass was intended for Caleb Warden. And reaching up and knocking it down on the play was Christian Parsley.
Christian Parsley's played well in the defensive backfield tonight for Fredericktown. There's been a couple of those he's been able to knock away. And also out there to help him out was Caleb Royer. Justin Sawyer was in the area too, but that was mostly Parsley making that play for his defense.
Well, if there was a little more time on the clock, this would be a good time for a draw play or a quarterback keeper. Back to pass, though, goes Compton. Rolls out. Fires it down the right side. Has a man there. Caught by Caleb Warden. Good for another 1st down.
And another 15 yards across midfield there. And, it's definitely passing situations here for North County, and they relish it. Wyatt Compton got a running start into that pass and put it on the money.
Well, they've moved the football about 30-some-odd yards in basically 18, 19 seconds.
31 yards.
1st and 10 for the Raiders. They're in North County territory. This time Compton will keep it. Nothing there. So, boy, that was a smart play by the quarterback that time. He had nothing there. He didn't circle around and try to find something. He went straight for the out-of-bounds play and stopped the clock.
Yeah, and you can run your offense in this situation if you're North County. Only 59 seconds left, but 3 timeouts. I mean, that gives you, another minute? You'd have to think, at least, getting the football down the field, all 3 timeouts left, and there he gets out of bounds to conserve those timeouts. He did lose yards, though, on the carry.
Football at the 48-yard line of Fredericktown. 2nd down at about 13. Compton being rushed, fires it deep down the middle. Had a receiver open and just got it past the outreached hands of Isaiah Smith. That could have been huge.
Yeah, it could have. I mean, he just let him a little bit too far down the right side. And maybe the receiver, he kind of slowed up.
Yes, he did, yeah.
And I think had he just kept continuing to run his route, looked over his shoulder at the right time, it's a nice pass and catch, maybe a touchdown.
Well, let's see what they do now on 3rd and long. Compton straight back, fires it off to the left side. Making the catch is Whitwell. He slips a tackle, slips another tackle. Now he's off to the races, down inside the 30 to the 25-yard line. Oh, boy, in Fredericktown, couple of missed tackles there cost them dearly.
That's Whitwell's first catch of the ball game. Goes for around 26 yards there, and that was a big 1st down completion there down into the red zone, or right near the red zone for North County. And again, plenty of time with 3 timeouts left and 43 on the clock.
Football about the 23-yard line. Compton looks to the right, floats one up, has a receiver there off the hands of Jacob Whitwell down inside the 10-yard line. On that last completion, if Fredericktown would have been able to wrap up the receiver on the play, they would have stopped him well short of the 1st down.
North County likes that fade route, though, don't they? They've been throwing that all night long. giving Compton, or showing a lot of confidence in Compton, but more importantly, the wide receivers, because if you throw a fade, you're telling your receiver, look, you're going to have to bail me out and go up and catch a football in a one-on-one situation.
Both teams have 3 timeouts left. It is 2nd down and 10. Football at the 23. Compton rolls out to the right, fires it, and almost intercepted right there by Zach Crawford. And I'll tell you what, if Zach Crawford would have been a couple inches taller, he would have come down with that, he'd have been off to the races.
Great instincts. Great move on the ball there by Crawford. He saw the route developing in front of him, jumped the route, nearly picked it off, a little bit high for him. He tried to jump up there and corral it, couldn't do it, but nice play to knock it away anyway.
3rd down and 10 now for the Raiders, but that's nothing new on this drive. They've had 3rd and long a couple of times, and they've converted. So let's see what they do here with 26 seconds left.
And they really don't have to worry about time. They need to worry about running out of downs, though, on 3rd down and 10. Oh, now a bad snap.
Bad snap. The ball bounces back by the 40, 41, 42-yard line. And a couple of Raiders fall. I think they were on the wrong sequence for the count there because everybody else was just kind of in the backfield looking around, and all of a sudden the ball came shooting back.
Yeah, Thompson and Compton, the quarterback and fullback there, were looking to the sideline for the play to come in. The center snapped the football, and nobody was back there to recover it for North County. And now we're going to get a timeout, but that was the last thing you wanted to happen. You're looking at 4th and forever here with, 20 seconds, 16 seconds left.
Now we're going to have the Hail Mary into the end zone kind of play here. That's really all they have time for. Well, I don't know if they could get a first down, but if you're going to go down to the 13-yard line,
might as well just punch it in, right?
You might as well.
We've had some big drives in this ball game of 57, 58, 59, 37, 79, and 66 yards. Those drives were all big drives brought to you by ProCare Automotive in Bonne Terre. And especially the last few drives, though, have been the teams working with a short field.
Well, we'll get all the scores coming your way at halftime here momentarily. Update on the Cardinals game. They're in the 4th inning now, still no score. Well, who would have thought that a potential National League Championship Series clinching game would come down with all the great pitchers on both these teams? Nothing against Lance Lynn or Barry Zito, but those aren't the 2 guys I'd want on the mound in that situation.
Yeah, Lance Lynn, and he was going well in game 1 until he was pitching a no-hitter until the 4th, and then that's when things went awry for him, but they ended up winning that game.
Well, they're in the 4th now.
Uh-oh.
Should we be worried?
I shouldn't have said anything.
All right, 4th down. The football at the 43-yard line. Compton bends under center. Drops straight back. Waits, fires it deep down the left side, and it's going to be intercepted at the 7-yard line.
Justin Sawyer
comes up with it, and I'm just going to go out on a limb and say Fredericktown will take a knee here with 15 seconds to play. And the ball that far or that close to their end zone.
Well, I hate to say it, but Sawyer shouldn't have intercepted that ball because if he just drops it, lets it go, it's a turnover on downs, and Fredericktown has the ball at midfield. Maybe they can take some shots. Instead, it's an interception. Fredericktown's backed up inside their own 10. So, you love having those interceptions, but the offense could have had a chance to score if you just let that drop.
Well, but his eyes lit up like a Volkswagen when he saw that ball, and it's hard to...
I wouldn't have passed it up either.
Yeah. And they are just going to take a knee here, and we're going to go into the locker room. What a first half of football. All tied up at 21 apiece. I think we're about ready to have both teams come back out on the field. I think we're not too far away from the start of the 3rd quarter.
Wyatt Compton carried the ball 11 times for 64 yards in that first half and a touchdown. It was a 2-yard run. Seth Nichols, 2 carries for 8 yards, and then Jacob Whitwell took over. He carried the ball 5 times for 39 yards, including a 16-yard touchdown. Eric Thompson, 3 carries for 7 yards. Wyatt Compton was 11 of 21 passing, 168 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. That was just a Hail Mary, though, at the end of the first half. He played very well. Isaiah Isaiah Smith, 3 catches, 55 yards and a touchdown. Caleb Warden, 3 catches for 51 yards. John Stabenow, 4 catches for 36 yards. And Jacob Whitwell, 1 catch for 26 yards. Those are your halftime stats. And we're just about ready to get this second half started. You know, both teams offensively, I don't think corrections or a whole lot of corrections need to be made, but something has to be done defensively coming out of the locker room for Fredericktown and North County to get some stops and just play some good defense.
I would imagine those stats, if we had time to analyze them, they'd be pretty even, too. This has just been one evenly matched football game.
So it will be North County getting the ball first to start the second half. Fredericktown started the first half with the football. Blackcats will be kicking off from right to left as you look on from the press box and also on web TV at MIMOinfo.com. Jack Sadler, you know, we're toasty out here or in here in the press box. He's out in the cold, man in the camera, so we feel a little bit sorry for him.
Not enough to trade places, though.
No, not at all. So we've got that going on MIMOinfo.com. That's brought to you by Samson Ford in Farmington, Olympic Steakhouse in Fredericktown, and Tom's Shoe and Western Wear in Fredericktown. Mark, I know you like a good cowboy boot.
And try to keep up with the scoring here that I got in the second quarter.
We'll see. We'll see if I can do as good a job as you did. Here comes the kickoff. North County is ready to return it. Nichols will pick it up back at the 19-yard line. I said Nichols, actually Whitwell, and Whitwell across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. A return of about 8 yards. North County starts there, and the Raiders back on offense. North County had a golden opportunity to score before the half, but a big fumbled snap led to a 4th down and forever Hail Mary that was intercepted by Justin Sawyer. That would have been big for North County to grab that momentum going into halftime, especially in a game like this where defense is at a minimum.
Although it's kind of funny, when we started off, we were really impressed with Fredericktown's defense on the first North County possession.
Yeah, the first 2 really, and then North County figured it out. Let's see what they want to do on the first possession. From the 27, a handoff, Jacob Whitwell, and Whitwell can't get back to the 30. Barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go for Jacob Whitwell.
That's Nathan Algier again. He's made a lot of big plays in this football game that's been controlled by offense. He's made some big plays defensively.
1 yard on the carry off left guard for Whitwell. He's up to 40 yards on 6 carries. 2nd down and 9. We're 30 seconds in to the third quarter in the game of the week on J90, 8 to boot. North County from the I formation. They'll send one receiver to the right, twins to the left. Thompson and Whitwell back to the backfield. There's the snap. Compton with a play fake. Rolls to his left. He's in some trouble. Sorg chasing him down. Fires to the sideline. A nice leaping catch. He's going to be about a couple yards short of the first down. Far side of the field. Was that Stabenow or Smith?
I saw the tackle made by Zach Proffer on the play, and I do think it was Stabenow with the catch, but the quarterback did a nice job of just getting away from Corey Sorg from Fredericktown, who was putting on a big rush that time.
8-yard reception there. Stabenow, 3rd down and 1 yard to go for North County. Raiders hurry to the line, then get the play call in. They will work from the shotgun here with Compton and Thompson in the backfield. 3 receivers to the right. And here comes an option play. Compton's keeping it and lunges forward. He's brought down from behind. I think he's going to get a first down here. We're at a bad angle, but that might have been enough for North County.
Well, he just did a nice job of sidestepping Morgan and Sorg for Fredericktown to get it even close to a first down. He should have been stopped in the backfield for a 3-yard loss.
And no, I guess he did not get that first down. He's short. I guess he gained about a half a yard on the play and nothing more there for Wyatt Compton. So 4th down and very short. You're on your own side of the field, and Coach McDowell's keeping his offense out there. So how about this call?
I'm going to guess a quarterback keeper.
The ball at the 36, Compton under center from the I formation. And there's the snap. He runs up the middle and first down. Quarterback keeper. Good call, Mark Tody.
Well, you don't have to be a football scientist or genius to know that you've got a really special athlete out there at Compton.
First down, North County. No need for a measurement. About a 3-yard carry on the quarterback sneak by Wyatt Compton. Converts the 4th down. North County keeps the drive alive. North County Raiders coming off that win last week against Potosi. 41-7. From the shotgun, it's Compton with twins left, one and twins to the right. Fakes a handoff to Thompson, then runs it to the right side across the 50 up to the 40-yard line, dragged down from behind by Justin Sawyer. Sawyer wasn't letting him go, but he gets it to the 36-yard line. It's a first down run.
Sawyer's all heart and muscle, but he also gave away probably about 20 or 30 pounds to Compton on that play, and Compton let him know that he dragged him about 3 yards, at least 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah, about 29 yards on that carry by Wyatt Compton. First down and 10. The ball at the 36 of the Fredericktown side of the field. Twins left, Twins right. Thompson the back of the backfield. Shotgun snap. Compton running in behind his fullback. Starts left, then carries to the right. Inside the 35 he goes, down to about the 33. Gain of about 4 yards for Wyatt.
And if you ever want to know why they make your kids work out so hard in the weight room, especially on the leg weights, it's a play like that one and the one before that show you why, because he got that one by just keeping his feet moving. He turned a nothing gain into a 3-yard gain that way.
Second down and 7 for North County. Twins left, Twins right again. Eric Thompson remains the back in the backfield. Wyatt Compton takes the shotgun snap and a delayed handoff. Thompson running up the gut. He's across the 30-yard line down to about the 28.
Well, that was just an example of Thompson just bouncing off tackles there. He was hit 2 or 3 times, but again, the pinball reference, he looked like a pinball game. He just kept bouncing.
6 yards and third down and short coming up for the North County Raiders. Caleb Warden will line up on the right side of the formation from his wide receiver spot along with John Stabenow. Isaiah Smith out to the left along with Jacob Whitwell. He'll be in the slot to the left. The back of the backfield, Thompson, Wyatt Compton from the shotgun. Ball inside the 30 at the 27. Shotgun snap. Compton keeps it. He's running right, looking for the edge, and that first down lowers his shoulder. Another Crown Collision Center collision of the game gets him inside the 25-yard line, right at the first down marker. They'll move the chains. First down, Raiders.
Tell you what, this has been a whole lot of Compton on this opening drive.
First down and 10, North County. 8 minutes, 16 seconds remain in the third quarter. Slow and steady wins the race here if you're North County. They're playing ball control right now. Ball just inside the 25-yard line of Fredericktown. Slowly but steadily moving the ball downfield. Twins right, Twins left. Thompson remains at the back in the backfield with Wyatt Compton running the shotgun. Takes the snap, fakes a handoff Thompson, then runs up the middle. Met immediately at the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go. He goes backwards. And a big hit. Another Crown Collision Center collision of the game.
Maybe Cody Mintier on the play, but he pretty much just picked him up and drove him into the ground.
Corey Sorg checks out. Looks like Morgan checks in along that defensive line for Fredericktown. So Ryan Morgan in there for Sorg, and Wyatt Compton lost about a half yard on that run. Second down and a short 11 or a long 10. They'll send trips to the left, one receiver right. Shotgun snap. Here's a wide receiver screen, but he throws it at the feet of his intended target, Smith, on the far side of the field. Maybe that ball slipped. Incomplete.
Well, that stops the clock with 7:27, but this opening drive of the first half for the Raiders has chewed up 4.5 minutes of the clock so far.
You'd like to punch it in. Remember, we called the game of North County's back in week 2 against Central, and they'd moved the ball well between the 20s, but then eventually turned the ball over on downs. That hasn't been a problem so far today, but you'd like to see him be able to convert. Third down and 11. Twins right, Twins left. Shotgun snap. Compton takes the snap, rolls to his right, steps up in the pocket, fires a beautiful pass to the sideline. It's caught by Caleb Warden at the 10, and it is a first down. That was right on the money.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Christian Parsley had pretty good coverage on that play for Fredericktown, but Compton just put that ball where only his guy could get it.
Yeah, high and towards the out-of-bounds line to where if he doesn't catch it, it's out of bounds for an incompletion, but he made a nice catch. First down and goal, they'll call it, from the 9-yard line. Back to the I formation they go. One receiver right, one to the left. Handoff to the second man through. It's Whitwell. Whitwell gets inside the 10 to about the 7 for about a 2-yard gain. Fredericktown had that one bottled up pretty well.
I wouldn't be surprised if they go back to Compton, call his number on his next play.
Second down and goal from the 6 now for North County. And you see the Raiders a little bit different in the fact that they're just really working very slowly, taking their time to get these plays off and just trying to slow this game down a little bit. Second down and goal from the 6. 6:50 to play, third quarter. From the shotgun, it's Wyatt Compton. Takes the snap. He's going to straight drop back and fire the quick slant. Isaiah Smith goes up and grabs it and holds on. Touchdown, North County. Raiders take the lead from the Fredericktown Blackcats.
Great bit of concentration. The coverage was there, but there was a second Fredericktown defender who came and jumped right in front of him and tried to swat that ball away and just missed it. But he was able to keep his focus and control and come down with that pass.
27 21-21 our score. It's North County now in the lead over Fredericktown on the road with 6 minutes, 42 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Raiders made quick work of that drive and a long, methodical drive downfield. Here's the snap and the extra point from Whitwell. It's up, and it is good. 28-21, Raiders over Fredericktown with 6 minutes, 42 seconds left to go third quarter. We're back in 30 seconds in the game of the week on the boot.
County Do-It Center can save you money and energy while enhancing the look of your home. A Larson storm door can increase your entry's energy efficiency by up to 80%. Choose the door that fits your lifestyle and take advantage of the $15 mail-in rebate available only from Larson for a limited time. All Larson storm doors are quality built with energy efficiency in mind. Now is the time to save at Country Do-It Center. 2 locations to serve you, Bloomsdale and St. Genevieve. Be wise and weatherize today.
Fredericktown now trailing by a touchdown, 28-21. Fredericktown has not trailed in this ball game. It had been back and forth, but the last 2 touchdowns belong to North County. Now the Raiders are up for the first time.
Pretty impressed with the ball control there by the Raiders as well. Nice mix of the pass and run, and a whole big dose of Compton on that drive.
Then finished off with a 6-yard touchdown pass from Compton to Isaiah Smith. 28-21, North County leads at Fredericktown, ready for the return, and Blackcats are going to have to be ready. They've got a bunch of them up on the line for the hands team to prevent this North County onside kick or quick squib that we've been seeing a lot tonight from North County.
Yeah, one that didn't work out so well, but other than that, it's been a pretty effective tool.
It's Proffer back to return along with Sawyer. North County taking a long time to break the huddle on the kickoff. It's a ball game that's brought to you by Kernan Auto Body in Bonne Terre, along with Jones & Company Hair Salon in Deloge and Marlar's Towing in Park Hills. Now the Raiders are ready to boot this one deep or boot it short. You never know what Coach McDowell's North County Raiders special teams is going to do. It's Whitwell, and he will send a low-line drive kick to Sawyer at the 20-yard line. He'll go up the far side, then cut it near side. Up the middle he goes, and still carrying people to about the 46-yard line. Nice return there, 26 yards for Justin Sawyer on the run.
Not the biggest guy on the field, but you can't measure heart.
Well, his is about to come out of his chest as he comes off the field. Fredericktown back on offense they go. They'll start at the 46. Looks like Nick Ortell for Fredericktown has checked in as the wide receiver lined up to the left here. We'll keep an eye on him. Proffer in the slot to the left goes in motion. A fake handoff to him, then hands it off to his tailback. This is James Royer getting a carry. He's running with some authority across the 50 to the 49-yard line. James Royer was ready for some contact. He lowered the shoulder and said, bring it on.
Yeah, just too much North County right there. There were 3 different guys there on that tackle, including Wyatt Compton and Tristan Rosa and Dylan Parmley, and it took all 3 of them to bring him down.
5 yards on the carry. Ortell lined up wide left. Proffer in the slot to the left. 2 more out right. Proffer goes in motion. Shotgun snap to Grimminger. Grimminger gives it off to Proffer. Proffer trying to find the edge, and he can't find it. Now he's going backwards, cutting back to the near side. Now he's got some blocks. He might have some room to run. To the near side, makes Compton miss, and he's up across the 30-yard line, almost to the 30 to about the 31-yard line. He ran about 50 yards there to pick up, 5?
Just enough for the first down is what he got. But, yeah, you're right. That was one of the more exciting 7-yard gains that you'll ever see.
Zach Proffer on the carry. First down, Fredericktown. He might be a little bit winded, but he'll stay out there. I don't know if he'll get a touch on this possession, though. And the slot to the left is where he'll line up. Ortell wide left, Sawyer and Karokas out right. It's Grimminger from the shotgun. Proffer comes in motion. There's the snap to Grimminger. He keeps it running left, and he's got some room. He's going to lower the shoulder and get across the 30 down to about the 27 before being brought down. So many things you got to keep in mind when you're defending Fredericktown. Is he going to keep it? Is he going to hand it off to the motion man? Is he going to give it to Royer? Is he going to drop the play fake on you and throw it deep to Karokas or Sawyer? You just never know, and he picked up 9 on that carry.
Hey, teams are kind of like mirror images of each other in that respect, too. Quarterbacks that can do a lot and have some weapons.
There's the shotgun snap to Grimminger, gives it off to Royer. Royer pounds the ball up the middle, and then he'll be stood up and brought back.
He had that little Steven Jackson move where he came up to the line of scrimmage and did like a jump step and that got him a few extra yards.
Yep, got him the first down, enough to move the chains. So Fredericktown comes back, and they're making quick work of this drive so far, but it gets a little bit harder to score the closer to the end zone you get, or harder to move the ball, I should say. And Fredericktown stays with the shotgun. Royer in the backfield. Karokas and Sawyer right. Here's Sawyer coming in motion. Fakes a handoff to him. Grimminger runs right, breaks a tackle, then steps up the middle and gets it to about the 20-yard line. Another nice run for Grimminger.
This drive by Fredericktown is a lot like the North County drive. They're really letting Grimminger do a lot of the running this time. They're working the clock. The North County drive took over 6 minutes. This one's pushing 3 minutes right now.
8 yards on the carry. 2nd down and 2 now for Fredericktown. In the red zone they go. Ball spotted inside or right at the 20-yard line. There's the shotgun snap to Grimminger. Hands it off to Sawyer, who came in motion. Sawyer now looking to find the outside, and he does. Gets across the 15 to about the 13-yard line. Sawyer, you can easily lose him in traffic, and North County again did there. First down.
Somebody reached in there and got him by the ankle because there was a hole there that he was going to run through and maybe score.
First down run for Sawyer. He's now got 5 carries in the ball game. Remember, he does have 2 touchdowns. The ball is at about the 11-yard line. There's the shotgun snap. They'll hand it off. Royer, stiff arms, gets the outside to the 5, dives for the pylon. He looks like he's in, and he is. Touchdown. Extra point away from a tie game yet again.
What a ball game.
Give James Royer about an 11-yard carry and a touchdown there for Fredericktown. 28-27, that makes it. James Royer has now 5 touchdowns on the year. He's missed time due to injury, but he has played well. For the extra point, Ty Burks is going to come out there and try to knock one through. And you know what? This third quarter's gone by pretty quickly so far with both teams running the football. We're down to 3:57 to go in the third.
Over 8 minutes gone, and this one's a long way from over.
Grimminger to hold. Burks is going to try to boot this one through. He puts it up and puts it in. End-over-end kick makes it 28-28. 3 minutes, 57 seconds left to go in the third quarter. We'll step away for 30 and bring it back in the game of the week on the boot.
Need it, want it, rent it, own it. Come to Show Me Rent to Own.
Hi, I'm Gary Romine, owner of Show Me Rent to Own. If you can hear this ad, then there's a Show Me Rent to Own location near you. Want a new laptop or big screen TV? Shop Show Me Rent to Own. Need a new washer and dryer? Shop Show Me Rent to Own. We have what you want and need. Want it, need it, rent it, own it. Show Me Rent to Own.
The Show You Rental Company of the Show Me State.
Well, what do you think, Mark Tody? Whoever has the ball last?
Yeah, and this has been a whale of a football game. I sound like a scratched record here, but I'm going to refer to it again like a big heavyweight boxing match. One guy throws a haymaker, the other guy responds with one of their own.
Fredericktown now has come back to tie North County 28-28. It was an 11-yard touchdown run by James Royer that helped tie it up. The extra point by Burks. We've got 3 minutes and 57 seconds left to go in the third quarter. North County set to get the football back. Whitwell back to return, along with Jonathan Stabenow. Fredericktown on the kickoff. It's a squibber. Be fielded by one of the up men at the 40-yard line, excuse me. He gets back to the 45 for a 5-yard return. On that return, it was Tristan Rosa. 5-yard return. North County set up again with good field position.
And we've called Rose's name several times tonight. He's had himself a good game.
He's a heck of a middle linebacker on defense, that's for sure, and then makes that special teams play there. He's got 47 tackles on the year, an interception, and 2 fumble recoveries. He's just a junior at the linebacker spot for the North County Raiders. Now on offense, here comes North County. They'll need to cover 55 yards for a score. Fredericktown's defense trying to stiffen up, but again, we haven't seen much in the way of defense tonight. Raiders back to the line they go, and they'll spread them out. Compton from the shotgun. Thompson back in the backfield. Trips to the left. Here's Compton taking the snap, rolling to his left, trying to run with it. He's bottled up, nowhere to go. He's going to lose 4 to 5 yards.
Trying to catch the first guy to hit him in the backfield. It may have been Morgan. couldn't wrap up the tackle, but he slowed him down long enough for 3 other guys for the Blackcats to get there and make the play.
That's what you can always count on for Fredericktown on defense. They're not the most sure tackling team, but they hold on to the opposing player just long enough for the rest of the guys to get there. They are a gang tackling team. On 2nd down and 15, play action pass. Compton rolling to his right, fires it out to Stabenow. Oh, he dropped it. He was looking to run before he reeled it completely in, and I think his knee came up and knocked the ball out of his hands, incomplete.
He was looking downfield for sure. He would have had the first down too, but as it is, that'll bring up 3rd down and very long.
Here comes a big play now for Fredericktown on defense, trying to get a stop. The first one of the second half. North County has a 3rd down and long to convert here. 3rd down and 14, they'll call it. The ball is at the 41-yard line. They'll need to get to the Fredericktown 45 for the first down. There's the snap. Compton drops back, has time, steps up in the pocket, and he's going to float one deep. This one's trouble. It is nearly intercepted. Maybe it is intercepted. No, incomplete. It drops down. Stabenow came back and had to play defender and knocked that one away. I think Zach Proper should have had the pick on that.
But Compton got absolutely clobbered as he delivered that ball, and that's maybe why it was just a little bit underthrown. He took a huge shot.
Well, now North County is going to have to punt, or will they? We could see them go for it, but it's 4th and long. I think we're going to see the punt here for the Raiders. Caleb Warden to boot it away. So they've got the punt formation out there anyway. Justin Sawyer back to return for Fredericktown. It's a tie ball game, 28-28. 3:03 left to go. 3rd quarter. Here's the snap, and Warden will boot this one away. Had Austin Smith right to space, but got off a pretty good punt. It'll bounce at the 26-yard line and roll up to about the 30. And that's where Fredericktown takes over, 70 yards away from the go-ahead score.
Nice little play by Tyler Curtis there. That ball would still be rolling back North County's way if he didn't reach down and snap that football and stop it.
We're brought to you tonight by Earth Mother Health Foods, Braden May Concrete in Farmington, Gifford Lumber Company in Farmington, Midwest Convenient Care in Farmington and Bonne Terre, Hood's Discount Home Center in Farmington, and Show Me Rent to Own. Fredericktown on offense. Here they come. Jeremy Grimminger and the Blackcats marched down on their last possession, tied it up with a touchdown run by James Royer. What do they have in store for North County here? Twins right, twins left. One back at the backfield. Man in motion from right to left. A fake handoff to the motion man. Grimminger keeps it running up the middle and gets a nice carry, maybe 8 yards for the quarterback, Jeremy Grimminger.
Just a great job of following the blocking that time and turning a 3-yard gain into an 8 or 9-yard gain.
Back-to-back carries of 8 yards for Jeremy Grimminger. He averages about 8 yards per carry on the season. He averages 5 yards per carry, but 16 rushing touchdowns. There's the snap, handoff near side. This is Justin Sawyer. Sawyer not going to go anywhere. He kept those feet moving, trying to lunge for the first down, but that was another handoff to the motion man, and North County ready for it. Got the edge before Sawyer could. No gain.
Give a lot of credit to Trevor Mason for North County. He got him around the ankle and just held on and said, "You're not going anywhere, big boy," and then the rest of the guys came in.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. You might be the first person to refer to Justin Sawyer as a big boy. Here comes Grimminger to the line, sends Proper in motion, then hands it off to James Royer. Royer's got the first down and brought down by Wyatt Compton. Compton probably saved a touchdown with that tackle, but a first down and a game of about 5 yards for James Royer.
Nice little sportsmanship by Compton, too, as he helped Royer up off the ground after that play.
1st down and 10 for the Fredericktown Blackcats. They've now got it up to the 44-yard line, still on Fredericktown's side of the field. 28-28 ball game, 1 minute, 45 seconds left, 3rd quarter. Twins right, twins left. Nick Ortell is the receiver to the wide left. There's a shotgun snap, fake handoff, and then he is blown up in the backfield. He was stopped immediately, and I think, is that Tristan Rosa coming up and making that play for North County?
Yeah, that was Rosa. He wrapped him up and did not let go.
Another Crown Collision Center collision of the game right there. No gain on that carry by Jeremy Grimminger. 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Ball at the 44. Nick Ortell, he's a 6'5+ wide receiver for Fredericktown. He's probably in there to win some jump balls. Grimminger drops back to pass. He's going to fire over the middle. There's a nice catch by Sawyer inside the 40-yard line to about the 39. Move the change and a first down, Blackcats.
That was a beautiful throw. Bullet over the middle and going up and making the catch. And coming down with it, Sawyer, that was nice all the way around.
19 yards on the catch. Justin Sawyer moves the chains. 5 completions for Jeremy Grimminger, all of them to Justin Sawyer. You don't think that's his go-to guy? Man, 62 receptions on the year for Justin Sawyer. From the shotgun, Grimminger sends Proper in motion from left to right. Fakes the handoff to him, runs it up the middle. He gets across the 35, inside the 35.
Now, you were talking about Ortel before. That height runs in his family. He had a sister that was a standout basketball player for Fredericktown here a few years ago. Went on to play at Mineral Area College.
Kylie Ortel.
Yeah, his mom is about 6'2". Dad's about 6'8", 6'9". He comes about that height naturally.
3-yard carry there for Grimminger. He's 6'7", by the way, Ortel is. Here's the handoff to the motion man, Sawyer. Sawyer blown up in the backfield. Nowhere to go. North County's defender that got to him first, Trevor Mason. Then the rest followed. It's going to be 3rd and long coming up.
Well, he read that one very well in the backfield and stopped it for no gain. And in fact, a loss of a couple.
Yeah, lost a few on that one. About
That'll
5
be
yards.
it, too, for the quarter.
Third quarter comes to a close. It's 28-28, all tied up in Fredericktown. It's been a good one, but Mark Tody got all the scoring in that second quarter. It slowed down considerably in this third quarter. Each team trading a touchdown, but all tied up 28 apiece. We're back in 1 minute with the fourth on J98.
Superintendent Kevin Dunn with the Perryville School District 32 and the entire administration would like to show their support to the Perryville football team. The Perryville School District commends their athletes and coaches for being dedicated and committed to doing their best. And remember, teamwork and determination will take you far. Best of luck in the future from everyone at the Perry County School District 32, and have a safe and successful season.
Custom countertops, vanities, cabinets, and doors.
Furniture, tools and paint, electrical and hardwood floors.
Plumbing and lighting, windows and tiles.
If you're building or remodeling,
we've got what you need on every aisle.
Buy it for less, we save you money. Buy it for less at the New Generation
Hoods Discount Home Center.
Well, 35 points were scored in the second quarter alone between the two teams. Other than the second quarter, just 21 total points with 7 in the first and 14 in the third. It's a 28-28 ball game between North County and Fredericktown. This old MAAA rivalry is being renewed, and it has been good from start to finish. Do not walk away from the radio.
You know, in a game that's been controlled by offense, there's been some really big hits defensively in this football game. Most of those in between the 20s, though.
A big 3rd down and 13 coming up for Fredericktown. Ball at the 39-yard line of North County. Grimminger takes the shotgun snap, rolls to his right. He's going to fire a tight spiral, nearly intercepted. He was looking for the sideline for Justin Sawyer, and John Stabenow had it locked down, almost came up with a pick.
Yeah, he reached up there with one hand and tried to bring it back into his body, and he almost did it.
4th down and 13. We could see Fredericktown go forward here. They could play the field position game and try to pin North County deep. We are getting a change in some personnel. That doesn't always mean that Fredericktown's punting, so we'll see what happens. Although the punter is coming on the field, Austin Smith.
Well, you want to pin that. The way both teams have been moving the football right now, you just want to give them as much room to work with as possible. Don't want to give them a short field.
Jeremy Grimminger is the up back here, along with Royer. So we could see a direct snap, but as of right now, punting formation for Fredericktown from the 39-yard line. And the snap does go to the punter, Smith, and Smith's going to boot this one deep. Stabenow back to return. It's going to bounce inside the 10, then take a North County bounce back to about the 11-yard line. That's where the Raiders take over. We've got 11:45 left to go in this ball game. A tie game, 28-28. The possessions start becoming more and more critical now the later we get in this one.
You know, this is my 3rd play-by-play game this year. The first one was here at Fredericktown. It went into overtime. The second one I did was Central Maplewood, where it was 7-0 Central with the shocker. And now this one, you guys need to have me do more football. I bring the good games out. We've had a lot of great football games this year, actually.
First down and 10. I mean, you're right. Just about every game we've had on J98 this year has been pretty good. So this one's living up to the hype, no doubt about it. First down and 10. The ball at the 10-yard line of North County. There's the snap. Wyatt Compton was under center. Play fake, rolls to his right, breaks one tackle. He's in trouble, dumps it off to his running back in the flat, and gets a nice gain out of this one, about 7 yards. I think this is Thompson making the catch on the far side of the field.
Boy, and if you had any doubts about how athletic Wyatt Compton is as a quarterback, he could have been tackled 3 times for a loss, but he just kept his feet moving, kept moving around in the pocket, then rolling out of the pocket, and finally just dumping it off to the receiver.
Thompson gets 7 yards in that catch for North County. Second down and 3 from the 17-yard line. Raiders want to drive 90 yards and take a lot of time off the clock in the process. North County with twins right, twins left. From the shotgun, it's Compton. Compton with a delayed handoff. Thompson and a lot of room to run. Straight up the gut. It's a big run. Oh, he breaks a few tackles. Still going. He's up to the 40-yard line.
He broke 2 or 3 tackles. And, I mean, they were fundamentally sound tackles around the legs, and he just ran right through them.
Give him 22 yards on that run for Thompson. By far his biggest run of the ball game. North County now out of the shadow of their goalpost. They can open up the offense a little bit here. That was a big run to get him away from the end zone. They'll go right back to the shotgun and roll with a couple of receivers to the left. Here's a handoff right side and a nice run again. 9 yards on this carry for North County.
Fredericktown tried to plug the gap there, and they tried to blitz, and I think North County picked it up because they ran right where the defender would have been.
Jacob Whitwell with that carry makes it second down and short. Isaiah Smith will line up to the near side. Stabenow is out to the right. 2 backs in the backfield, Thompson and Whitwell. Caleb Wharton also lined up to the right. Twins right, 1 receiver left. Compton will come up under center with the I formation. Second down and 1. The ball near midfield. A fake pitch out. Compton rolls to his left. He's in trouble. He's going to be sacked. Brought down in the backfield back to the 39-yard line. I think Ryan Morgan back there to bring him down for Fredericktown.
Morgan got the initial hit, and boy, Compton's getting up a little slow too. He's taken some shots this evening, and he is moving just a little bit slow.
Big time in this ball game for Ryan Morgan to pick up his second sack of the season. He is a 5'10", 280-pound junior. You get that man coming at you full speed, and it's hard to shake him off of you. Third down and 8 yards here. So go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, you read body language. That one hurt for Compton.
North County going with the play-action pass on second down and 1, and it cost them 7 yards. Here's the pitch out to Eric Thompson. Thompson might try to pass this. He's the backup quarterback. Throws it deep. Has Smith wide open, and he makes the catch. Oh, what a play call. The halfback option pass all the way down to the 22-yard line.
Wow.
About 40 yards on the pass and catch from Thompson to Isaiah Smith. And Thompson, who is the backup quarterback for Wyatt Compton, got the pitch out right. Fredericktown came up to stuff the run, and he threw it downfield to Smith. How about that? And now North County really in business. Here's a delayed handoff. It's Thompson again, running to the near side. Stiff arms off a tackle. Breaks through to the 5. Touchdown. It was the Eric Thompson show on that drive for the North County Raiders.
Again, just running through tackle after tackle after tackle, then finding open space and taking it into the end zone.
A pair of 22-yard runs on that drive by Thompson, and mix in the 40-yard pass from Thompson to Smith. And North County takes the lead 34-28. Now Thompson will be on the hold for this extra point for Whitwell.
Boy, and extra points are huge right now, too.
There's the snap. Thompson holds. Whitwell boots this one. It's a good end-over-end kick. Good. 35-28. It's North County leading Fredericktown with 9:04 left to go in the fourth quarter. We got a Luke Turnbow update. Let's go to Herculaneum, see what's happening with the Pirates and the Blackcats.
Score late in the third quarter, and they extend their lead over the Perryville Pirates to 20-6. It was a 26-yard drive. Another touchdown by Dustin Johnson. It's his third of the night. It was a 2-yard run. And he also helped set up that 2-yarder with a 14-yard run. Johnson now leads Herculaneum all-time in scoring touchdowns with 28, and he's also also the all-time single season rushing holder. He needed about 118, and now he has 214 yards on the night, so he surpassed that single season rushing mark for Herculaneum as well. So a good night for the Blackcats and Dustin Johnson, 20-6. The Blackcats on top of the Pirates of Perryville.
Our score, 35-28. It's now North County leading Fredericktown. That last touchdown, a 22-yard run by Eric Thompson, was set up by a Thompson pass on a halfback option pass to Isaiah Smith that went about 40 yards. One play later, Thompson punches it in on a bruising run to give the Raiders a lead.
That was impressive.
Fredericktown, plenty of time left. 9 minutes plus. Here's the kickoff. It's a low, spiraling kick that'll be fielded but bobbled by Proffer. Proffer then picks it up. He's across the 20, shifting and diving and jiving and juking up to about the 30-yard line, a little bit shy of the 30. Blackcats offense takes the field, needing to cover 70-plus yards, 8:57 to play in the fourth.
And we'll see if that last touchdown by North County gives the defense a little shot in the arm, too, and they can make a stand.
Right at the 30-yard line. Fredericktown Blackcat offense back on the field. It's been a while since they scored for them. 3 minutes, 57 seconds left to go in the third quarter was the last time they found the end zone. They had to punt on their last drive. It pinned North County deep, but it didn't matter. North County drove it 90 yards. Here's Jeremy Grimminger with a play fake, runs left. He's up across the 35-yard line for a gain of about 5 yards.
He turned nothing into something that time. The coverage was pretty good by the North County Raiders. And right now they're really looking for him when he takes the ball.
Well, give North County's defense a little bit of credit. Jeremy Grimminger was running all over him in the first half. North County has bottled him up a bit in the second half. He's still getting pretty good chunks of 8 yards, 9 yards, 5 yards, 3 yards, but he was breaking 20-plus yard runs in that first half. Second down and 5. Shotgun snap. Grimminger hands it off to James Royer. Royer runs into the pile and tries to push for a few, but I don't think he's going to get much. A couple yards and third down and short coming up.
Call it about a 3rd and 3. Fredericktown has to get just up over their own 30-yard line.
It's high school football on KTJJ FM, Farmington, Festus, Crystal City. Fredericktown, Bonne Terre, Deloche. Fredericktown Blackcats trailing at home to the North County Raiders 35-28. One of these teams is going to get their 6th win of the season tonight. From the shotgun, it's Grimminger. He's going to keep it running left and pushes the pile across for the first down. A gain of about 5 when it needed 3. The ball up to the 43-yard line.
How good is Grimminger? We just said everybody's keying on him, and he still has enough to get the first down.
Yep, North County knows it's coming. Still can't stop it. On the season coming in, he had 775 yards rushing. He's about to 900 yards now on the season. First down and 10. There's a run to the right side. North County has got it. And there is Tristan Rosa again to stop the back for a loss of a yard on the play. Jeremy Grimminger.
Yeah, and a game controlled by offense. Rosa's making a play to be our player of the game.
Tristan Rosa makes the stop for a loss of 1. Back to the 43-yard line it goes. Fredericktown with a 2nd and 11 here. Karokas and Sawyer line up wide right. Ortel and Proffer to the left. The slot guys are Proffer and Sawyer. Grimminger gets the play call in and barks the signal out to his line. James Royer the back in the backfield from the shotgun. Grimminger takes the snap. Straight drop back. Here comes the blitz. They throw underneath of it. Or over the top of it, I should say, but it's incomplete. Looking for Sawyer.
Yeah, he had to rush that pass a little bit, and it fell at the feet of Sawyer. He really had no chance.
Looked like Fredericktown had a screen set up there, but nobody was home over the middle to throw back over the top of that rush.
It almost looked like they were changing the play at the line of scrimmage, the way he was looking over to the sideline, and all of a sudden he turns and barks something out, like you said. They may have changed the play at the line.
And not everybody knew where to be on that play. Philly checks in. James Royer comes out, and Fredericktown's going to go with 5 wide in an empty backfield here. Trips to the right, twins to the left. Shotgun snap. Here comes Grimminger. Grimminger drops straight back, fires over the middle, incomplete. Looking for the tall Ortel, and threw it a little bit too high for even Nick Ortel to go up and grab it, incomplete. And a 4th down.
Well, you have to think they're going to punt here.
Here comes Austin Smith to punt it away. You know, North County's defense has been the defense in this second half that has stepped up. They forced 2 punts now in the second half for Fredericktown, and The North County offense has picked up where they left off in the first half, driving down and scoring touchdowns.
Stabeno's back by his 29-yard line. Fredericktown could really use a good punt here.
It's been a well-played second half, turnover and penalty-wise. I don't think we've had a penalty or a turnover in this second half. Smith takes the snap, and there is a high, booming punt, end over end, drifting all the way back inside the 30. It'll take a Fredericktown bounce to the 25 before being downed at about the 25-yard line there. North County takes over.
Stabeno did exactly what he should have done there and get the heck out of the way of that ball.
Got another update ready to come in from Luke Turnbow. We'll wait to get you that one, but coming up, it's brought to you by Perryville Schools, Gebhardt Auto Repair, Offices Unlimited, and Galati's Italian Restaurant, which is a good place to eat in Perryville if you like your Italian food. North County back to the line, ball at the 25-yard line. If they can drive this football down the field here, cover about 75 yards, and take 3 to 4 minutes off the clock, it would be ideal for North County to kind of break Fredericktown's back. Fredericktown crowd starting to get loud, banging on these aluminum bleachers, trying to help their defense out. North County from the shotgun. Wyatt Compton will hand it off to the back. It is Eric Thompson. He has run hard tonight, and he continues to. About a 10-yard gain. Should move the chains up to the 35-yard line.
Boy, and as well as Compton has played, you know, Eric Thompson should get just as many votes for player of the game as Compton.
It's going to be close here. They might have to come out and measure. He got right at 10 yards, Thompson did. He may be a little bit short.
We are about to find out.
Here come the chains. While they do that, let's get you that update from Luke Turnbow real quick.
Well, the Perryville Pirates just got the ball, and they turned it over. An interception thrown by Tyler Holligan. And it was London Lowe. He just kind of picked it off his hands, took it 35 yards down the sideline into the end zone. And so Herculaneum has extended their lead now 26-6. The extra point, no good. Dustin Johnson laying on the sideline now. Hurt getting worked on. So we'll try to give you an update on that after the game. So right now the Pirates of Perryville losing to Herculaneum 26-6. As the third quarter expires.
Sounds like a good game going on over on AM 1400 KJF with Cape Central leading Festus 17-15 in the fourth quarter. That was a first down run, by the way, by Thompson. Here's a shotgun snap to Compton, and Compton runs it right side for a gain of about 6 yards. And North County now really going to take their time and try to take some time off of this clock.
Even if they don't score, they get a couple more first downs. They can get it down to a minute or two and give Fredericktown a long field to work with. Make it awful tough on the Blackcats.
6-yard run. Farmington leads Afton over on KRAI 40-7 in the fourth quarter. It's Central over Bowling Green. Final score 60-7. Park Hill Central Rebels. St. Genevieve leading Caruthersville in a good game, 21-20 down at their place. That's in the third, last check. Hillsboro leads St. Charles 47-14, and it's Lutheran South over Windsor 41-7 in the fourth. Second down and 4 for North County. Here's a snap and a handoff Thompson. Thompson running right, man. Thompson's going to be close to a first down on about a 3 to 4 yard carry here. He might be the nose of a football short as he gets it to the 44-yard line. Yeah, I think he's going to be a little bit short here.
You know, as many good teams as there are in the area this year, I don't know if anybody's playing better football right now than the Central Rebels.
60-7 from a team that runs the football. That is incredible. Second down and 1 here, a very short one. Third down and 1, I should say, for North County. They can breathe on the football to get it across the marker. Here's the snap. Compton breathes on the football and then some. He gets the first down up to the 50-yard line midfield. He gets forward progress before he's driven back. About a 4-yard carry there for Wyatt Compton.
And the clock now under 5 minutes to play, 4:48. North County holding on to a 35-28 lead in a really good football game here tonight.
Grandview leading Crystal City 47-14. That's in the third. St. Vincent trailing Jefferson 42-14 in the fourth. Valley Catholic over St. Pius 55-14. Seckman over Parkway West 14-0. North County back to the line, leading by a touchdown, 35-28. We're down to 4.5 minutes left to go in this ball game. Fredericktown needs to get the football back. Twins left, Twins right. Wyatt Compton from the shotgun. The back in the backfield is Thompson. Here's the shotgun snap. Compton runs right, and he's met at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
And, you know, Fredericktown's going to have to start thinking about using one of its timeouts.
Second down and a long 10 coming up. Had some more scores to pass along to you. DeSoto leads Potosi 35-20. That one in the fourth. Potosi again playing without Dusty Weidman tonight with that unfortunate play last week when he was ejected from the ball game. Second down and 10 for North County. No hurry here whatsoever. Smith and Whitwell lined up to the left side of the formation of the wideout spots. Stabenow and Warden to the right side. Thompson the back in the backfield. Wyatt Compton on second down and 10. Takes the snap, fires the slant route. Smith, he threw it behind him, maybe tipped at the line of scrimmage. That should have been an easy catch for a first down, but the ball delivered off target.
Well, kind of surprised they went to the pass there the way they're working the run, but maybe a little bit better throw. That one's caught.
I think the best throw we've seen tonight, not to take anything away from Wyatt Compton, was probably the 40-yard pass from Thompson to Isaiah Smith earlier in the ball game. It was at least exciting just to see the running back throwing the football. Third down and a long 10, Twins right, twins left. Wyatt Compton, Fredericktown's crowd gets loud on this third down play. Wyatt Compton rolls to his right, fires to the sideline, overthrown, incomplete. There's Christian Parsley over there to help break that one up, and Christian Parsley's played a good cornerback tonight.
Now that'll bring up a fourth down and a punting situation. So Fredericktown, even with a long field, if you assume a halfway decent punt, still with 3:37 to play, plenty of time left on the clock for one final drive.
And this is a team that can score in one play, and we haven't seen Jake Karokas make a catch yet tonight, and now would be a good time for it for Fredericktown.
Boy, they look like they're playing to block this kick.
Everybody up on the line here for Fredericktown. Here's the punt attempt, and they nearly got to it, but Warden gets it off. It is a end-over-end kick fielded by Sawyer back at the 15-yard line. Shakes a tackle, but then brought down at about the 19. 4 yards on the return. Fredericktown needs to cover 81 yards to go tie this ball game with 3 minutes and 29 seconds left to go. But this is what you want if you're Coach Henson. Just give me a chance at the end of the ball game. That's all you can ask for.
Well, you've got a team that's already scored 4 touchdowns tonight, playing another team that's defense has really stiffened up here in the second half. So this would be a classic drive here for Fredericktown.
Keep an eye on Jake Karokas if you're watching on Web TV tonight. He's the receiver lined up wide to the right. Sam Sisson Ford in Farmington brings you that Web TV game, along with Olympic Steakhouse in Fredericktown and Tom's Shoe and Western Wear in Fredericktown. From the spread and the shotgun, Jeremy Grimminger takes the snap, fakes the handoff, and runs left. And Grimminger's got room. He's up the sideline, and he's going to be run out of bounds for a big gain of 20-plus yards. Jeremy Grimminger looking to heat it up here in the fourth quarter.
And most importantly, he got out of bounds. So you gain about, 20, 25 yards? You'll run 7 seconds off the clock.
Yep, about 25 yards on that carry for Jeremy Grimminger. Makes it first down and 10 for the Fredericktown Blackcats. Plenty of time left. 3 timeouts on the clock. 3:22 left to go. The ball at about the 40-yard line. Delayed handoff, James Royer. Royer looking for the edge. Spins off a one tackle. He's got a first down and then some. 15 yards up to the 45-yard line on the other side of the field. And a spark has been lit underneath Fredericktown here in the fourth.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, North County's defense had played pretty well the last couple of possessions, but now 2 plays, and wow, Fredericktown's all of a sudden in North County territory.
This drive started inside their 20-yard line. First down and 10 now for Fredericktown. Ball at the North County 45. Blackcats looking to strike. Here's the shotgun snap. Grimminger rolling to his right, plants the foot, fires it out to Sawyer. Sawyer inside the 30, driven down at the 21-yard line. Justin Sawyer makes his 6th catch of the evening.
Nice catch by Sawyer, but that was a perfectly thrown football by Grimminger.
Man, oh man, that's a 23-yard catch there by Sawyer.
The one thing you got to watch out for, though, with the way Fredericktown's moving the ball down the field, if they do score, they're going to leave North County with plenty of time.
Twins right, twins left for Fredericktown. Down by a touchdown. Sawyer comes in motion, fakes a handoff to Sawyer, and then Grimminger runs right. Stiff arm. He's up to the 10, dragged down at about the 8-yard line.
They're just making this look too easy.
And they're doing it, running it, they're doing it, passing it, and Jeremy Grimminger starts it, and he looks to finish it on this drive.
Where'd this drive start at? Inside their own 15, and now
about
4 plays.
Yeah, it started at the 19-yard line. So now, first down and 10, Fredericktown First down and goal, Fredericktown, inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line.
And they've done it in about 4 or 5 plays.
From the shotgun, Grimminger, Royer the back in the backfield. Sawyer comes in motion, fakes a handoff to Sawyer, gives it off to Royer. Royer running right to the 5, dives for the pylon. Touchdown. Fredericktown, extra point away from tying this ball game up.
Would you expect anything less from this ball game?
James Royer was like a bowling ball on that final yard. They tried to go low on him. He said, I can get lower. He threw his shoulder pads down and just trucked on in for the touchdown.
But if you're at North County, well, now let's get past this extra point. This is huge here.
Yeah, you got to make this extra point, and nothing is guaranteed. And, if you're Fredericktown, I think the Blackcats are going to call a timeout here, and this makes you wonder, do you think about going for 2 and trying to steal one here at home?
Well, that's an option.
We've seen it happen already this year with Central and St. Genevieve going at it. Coach Stolzer did it to Central earlier this year, and St. Gen got a 1-point win over the Central Rebels. We saw it last year with Central doing it to Dexter late in that ball game, and that was in the playoffs. And then, of course, 2 years ago in the state championship was probably the most famous of them all, Valley Catholic doing it to West Rand in overtime to steal that win in the state championship. So with Coach Henson calling a timeout here, you got to think
he's thinking
he might
about
become, at the very least, he's thinking about going for 2 here. We're brought to you tonight by Buckley Towing in Park Hills, Midwest Orthopedic Group in Farmington, American Family Insurance Agent Bill Bess in Park Hills, Mineral Area College, and Jim Roque Shelter Insurance in St. Genevieve. Back to the line for Fredericktown.
I think they're going to go for 2.
Looks like they've got the power formation in there. Jake Karokas lined up in the backfield as a fullback.
This is big.
Grimminger coming up under center. Justin Sawyer is the deep back here. Jeremy Grimminger to the line. On the 2-point conversion, a flag comes in. So this one's not even going to get off the ground. This is the first penalty, by the way, if indeed it is a penalty, of the second half.
And if this goes against Fredericktown, I wonder if that'll change their mind. That's
All start against Fredericktown. For Fredericktown, that's just their 3rd penalty of the night, but that's a pretty costly one. Now do you kick the extra point, or do you just still go for 2? Offense staying on the field. We've got 2 minutes, 42 seconds left in this ball game. The power run formation stays out there as they back him up, and now another timeout, Fredericktown. So they've used 2 timeouts just on this PAT here to try to figure out what they want to do. Now the false start backs you up. I don't know if I would maybe just go ahead and try to knock this one through, but it's a tougher extra point attempt now, too.
Now it's more like a field goal. And I think a lot of the decision to go for 2 has got to be based on the fact that there's still 2 minutes and 42 seconds left to play. Maybe if there's only less than a minute to play, they go for the traditional one and go into overtime. But they're thinking maybe if their defense can get a hold, even if they miss, they'll get another shot at this.
Ty Burks would be your extra point kicker.
He's been perfect tonight.
Yes, he has. He's attempted 31 extra points this season. But I'm not sure how many he's made this year. That's where my stat sheet cuts off. But, he's been reliable, to say the least, for Fredericktown on extra points. Now Coach Henson talking about just what the plan is after that penalty backed him up on this PAT.
He's not afraid to use him in a field goal situation. He's got a pretty strong leg. When we were here for the game earlier this year, they tried it from 42. Didn't make it, but he had enough faith in him to try it.
After that penalty, they're at the 8-yard line. So you can kick this extra point to tie it up at 35, or you can go for 2. And here comes the Fredericktown offense, and now they're going to spread them out. They originally had the power run out there, but once they got backed up to the 8, they said, all right, let's spread you out and try to get it this way. One back in the backfield for Jeremy Grimminger. Twins left, twins right. Sawyer comes in motion. Shotgun snap. Grimminger rolling to his left. Fires to the corner of the end zone. It's intercepted. Here comes the return, and they're going to say out of bounds. No, incomplete pass, no interception. And North County's going to hold on to a 1-point lead with 2 minutes and 42 seconds left. That was a big defensive play.
And now you need a big defensive stand if you're a Fredericktown football fan. Cats got to get the football back if they're even going to have a shot at it.
1-point game, 35-34, 2:42 to play. While we're waiting for the kickoff, we got a Luke Turnbow update ready for you. Let's go out to Luke.
Well, the Perryville Pirates score a touchdown and move a little bit closer to the Herculaneum Blackcats here in the fourth quarter. A 70-yard drive capped off by a 1-yard Aaron Hadler run into the end zone. Big 25-yard pass play from Tyler Holligan to Ethan Ferris to set that 1-yard run up. Extra point, no good. Herculaneum still has a 14-point lead over the Pirates. It's 26-12, 7:18 to go in the fourth quarter.
And the game of the week on J98 The Boot. Not a whole lot of breathing room for North County. They lead it by a point, 35-34. They just came up big on a 2-point conversion play on defense to knock a ball away. Now Fredericktown down by 1. Maybe we'll see an onside kick. Probably will.
That's what I was going to ask you about. Looks like North County's thinking so, too. Their deep man is only back by the 25-yard line.
Hands teams on the field for both sides. Here comes the attempt from the 40-yard line. A little trickeration shuffling along the line. Ty Burks on the onside kick. North County touched this first, but they're going to fall on it. Back at the, I'd say 46-yard line here, 44-yard line on their own side of the field. Man, that touched one of the North County up men and then squibbled through, but Fredericktown couldn't get back there in time. North County fell on it.
And on that last drive, Fredericktown used 2 of their timeouts. Glenn, that means they've got 1 left. You have to think that maybe 1 first down and North County can salt this away.
Yep, no 2-minute warning in high school football. That clock is only going to stop on an incomplete pass or if North County goes out of bounds for some reason. For North County, you just want to keep it in the middle of the field and try to get a first down and go home a winner tonight.
What a ball game.
35-34 with 2:40 left to go. Under center, Compton hands it off. Right side, a run up the middle, and maybe 5 yards here on this carry. Pretty nice chunky yardage picked up there by, I believe, Whitwell on the carry.
Clock running, 2:27 to play.
I think Coach Henson probably going to hold on to that timeout until he gets a third down here. Or after third down, hoping he can get a fourth down and then call the timeout. That was a 5-yard carry by Jacob Whitwell. North County, and in absolutely no hurry here.
And they're looking straight at the play clock. They know exactly how much time they have to snap this ball.
We're under 2 minutes to play, down to 10 seconds on the play clock. To the line, Wyatt Compton. Let's see how far he bleeds it down with 6 seconds on the play clock. He takes a snap, hands off to Whitwell. Whitwell's got the first down. About an 8-yard carry for Whitwell, and North County was looking like they're going to come out of this one as the winner tonight, just making a couple more defensive stops than Fredericktown did this evening.
What a football game, though, with $1:49 to play. The clock stops while they move the chains. So you're going to have to see Fredericktown going for the strip. Now, they need to force a turnover.
1 minute, 47 seconds remain. North County slowly back to the line. They'll go with one receiver outright. That's Warden. Smith and Stamino to the left. Thompson and Whitwell are the backs in the backfield from the I formation. Compton under center takes the snap. Straight handoff goes to Whitwell. And Whitwell's running hard. He's got another first down. A gain of about 14 yards. Those Fredericktown defenders, rather than going for the tackle, are all going for the strip. Can't fault them there, but Whitwell holds on.
North County could pretty much just take a knee right now a couple of times and let that clock run out.
Well, it's looking like North County is going to come away as winners by 1 point, barring any kind of disastrous play for them. But we've got to start thinking about naming our player of the game tonight. You can look at Wyatt Compton. You can look at Jacob Whitwell. You can look at Isaiah Smith and Eric Thompson, Tristan Rosa on defense. That's just all North County players. I mean, what a good effort on both sides tonight. Under center, Compton hands it off. It's Whitwell running right. They're all still going for that strip. He picks up another 9 yards here, and we're down to 55 seconds left to go. I'm surprised to see North County still running the football and not taking a knee. Fredericktown is holding on to that one timeout, but I'd make him burn it.
Thompson would be a good choice. But, you know, Tristan Rosa on defense, he was there time after time after time.
9-yard carry there for Whitwell. North County has got the Fredericktown fans leaving a little bit early here tonight, but 35-34. North County Raiders one snap away from winning this ball game. Play clock is down to 10 seconds. There's about a 13-second differential from play clock to game clock. And we're not even going to get this play off before a timeout's going to be called, probably by North County. They drain it all the way down to 1 second, and then the Raiders call a timeout. That will give us a chance to catch up with Luke Turnbow with another update from Herculaneum. Let's do that now.
Herculaneum Blackcats, they have advanced their lead over the Perryville Pirates. Just as Perryville scored, Herky turns right around and put 6 of their own on the board, actually 7. And Dustin Johnson, I told you he may have been hurt. He was back in the game, and he was the one that scored it on a 39-yard scamper. Extra point good. Herky on top of Perryville, 33-12, 6:50 to go in this football game.
Those updates brought to you by Galati's Italian Restaurant, Offices Unlimited, Gebhardt's Auto Repair, and Perryville Schools. 2nd down and 1 coming up for North County. They just basically drained down the clock as far as they could right there and then took a timeout. 2nd down and 1, you're at the, around the 20-yard line here. And really for Fredericktown, there's not much you can do.
No, you got to hope for a miracle.
So our player of the game tonight, which is brought to you by Unico Bank in Potosi and Deloge. You were saying Eric Thompson. I can't disagree with you.
That pass of his, he had several great runs, but that pass really set him over the top for me.
Eric Thompson, the fullback, and he also made some good plays on defense tonight from his defensive end spot. He had a 22-yard touchdown run, a 40-yard pass to Isaiah Smith. That was pivotal in this ballgame.
They're going to take a knee now.
Coming to the line, Wyatt Compton. Be sure to stay tuned for End Zone after our final call here from Fredericktown. We'll talk to all of these coaches, including the winning coaches here tonight, Coach Shannon Henson and Coach Jeremy McDowell. There's the snap and the kneel down, and we're down to 6-5. No timeout for Coach Shannon Henson. He will hold on to it. 3-2-1, and that is the ball game. It's a 35-34 win for the North County Raiders, and we knew it was going to be tight. Did we know it was going to be this tight tonight?
Wow, what a ball game. I mean, just one in another succession of really good football games that have been played this year.
It's going to come down to, and we'll be asking Coach Henson about this in End Zone, they went for 2 rather than kicking the extra point.
Well, you know, if it works, you're a genius. If you don't, if it doesn't work, you've got questions to answer.
Eric Thompson is our player of the game, brought to you by Unico Bank in Potosi and Deloge. We were brought to you tonight by County Do It Center in St. Genevieve, Accent Marketing in Farmington, Crahone Collision Center in Farmington, Donaldson Cycles in Park Hills, Fleagues Equipment in St. Genevieve, Auto Centers in Bonne Terre. So Fredericktown was able to drive down and score a touchdown with a couple of minutes left in the game, but went for 2 to take a lead rather than going for the extra point. A false start penalty sets them back 5 yards. They decide to go ahead and still go for 2. Can't get it in. Pass is incomplete from Grimminger. I think he was looking for Sawyer. And then North County gets the ball back and takes the rest of the time off the clock. 35-34 win for Fredericktown. They'll go, or for North County, excuse me. North County wins at 35-34. They'll go to 6-3 heading into the playoffs. Fredericktown falls to 5-4.